Welcome to the first episode of the series on a truly flat map. This is a 1 versus 1 series. I'll be competing against GIRLNOTFARMING or Angelica, as you can see her in-game nickname. So we're starting by mowing grass with a lawnmower, because at the start we only have a bucket and this mower. Maybe it's not such an ideal start from scratch, but we started as best we could, so we only have these two things and we have to earn as much money as possible. In the meantime, I'm already collecting into my bucket here. The bucket holds 1500 liters. It was modified so that it would make sense in this series, so we wouldn't have to sell 1,000 of these buckets, because normally a bucket like this holds 100 liters. So for this series to work, we had to increase its capacity a bit. So we have a 1500 liter bucket, so as not to bore the viewers. So don't yell in the comments. That's how it is. Alright, so we're collecting everything nicely. It will take a while and we'll have to sell a few of these buckets, because the next step will be to buy a tractor with a loading wagon. So we have to collect a bit. I think we need about $400 for the tractor itself, and the same amount to lease a loading wagon, of course, so we're still a bit short. We'll have to sell another 3 or 4 buckets here, but it's going pretty fast thanks to this bucket mod. To make the beginning easier, to make this episode more interesting for you. So I hope you'll appreciate it, and of course leave a nice comment, or a not so nice one, but just write something interesting in the comments. Alright, so we're selling another bucket. I have $706. Well, I still need a little more. GIRLNOTFARMING was much faster, unfortunately, so I'm a bit behind, but we'll catch up. She's already buying machines over there. She's bought a tractor and trailer, but I can't afford one yet, so I have to keep mowing. I mowed too little grass and not enough money. As you can see, she's already mowing another section to collect with the loading wagon, and I still have to swing this bucket, so I was a little surprised at how fast she did it. I didn't expect her to get so far ahead. She had a faster bucket. Really? I was really surprised by that. Okay, so now we sell this last bucket. I'll just push a bit more into it, so I don't have to come back again, because I don't feel like running around with this bucket anymore. So we have $933. I can finally lease a tractor, so I'll do it now. Tractor's here, now the wagon. Of course, these are also mods to make it possible to start here. As you can see, unfortunately these mods aren't perfect yet, because this tractor has no collision. The collisions are bugged, so you can drive into the trailer as you saw, but for a first start from scratch on a real flat map, it's perfect in my opinion. Okay, let's keep mowing. For now, I'll keep using this mower because it's quite wide when you think about it. It's a base game mower. Well, it's quite wide compared to the mower in Farming 22. But you have to work with what you've got. So I'm not going to complain. I need to mow and collect everything here. Later I'll definitely buy a windrower. I don't know what my opponent is up to, but most likely, as you can see, she's mowing grass, so there aren't many options for now. We'll see which direction she decides to go in here. Will she want to dry the grass, or will she want to make bales right away, or will she just sell the grass, the mown grass, not hay? I'm going to go for making hay, so I'll be drying the grass too, but first I'll definitely buy a windrower. First, I'll definitely buy a windrower to collect it faster. Of course, towards the end, well, maybe not the end, but in the later part of our first episode here, I'll want to buy a trailer, not a trailer, but A baler that makes bells, and a wrapper. Buy or rather lease, because unfortunately we can't afford to buy anything. We can't afford it. I don't know if I can build a greenhouse. Maybe by some miracle, although I doubt it because that costs quite a lot. Although the cheapest one is probably 3,000, but it's a pretty bad greenhouse because it only produces those seedlings, so you can't earn much. But we'll see. Let's see the account balance. My opponent just sold her grass and probably has a lot more money than me because she's one trailer ahead, so I'd bet she has $1,500. Of course, you can check out her channel. The link is in the description to the episode from my opponent, Angelica's perspective. Check it out. See you there, and of course on our English channels, which are also linked in the description. There's a simple time lapse with no commentary, so if anyone wants to watch that, feel free. All episodes are published at the same time, so you have plenty to watch here. I mean, all perspectives are simultaneous because the episodes will be day by day. The episodes will be numbered from 1 to we'll see how many, depending on how much you like this series, but they will just be. There will be a new episode every day, so subscribe and watch so you don't miss anything. In the meantime, I'm getting a windrower to rake the grass, so I don't have to drive back and forth with the forage wagon, because that's inconvenient. We have almost no money left. $65, well, that's practically nothing, so we'll have to work a little harder here to earn some money. But without mods, with a normal sell point like in the game, well, it's a bit hard. It's harder to make money and it takes a bit longer, but we're doing everything to make it as interesting as possible to watch and not take 100 years to do one thing. So I think it'll be fine. I'm happy with this series. From what I gathered while recording, she was very happy, so you should like it. You should like it. Each perspective is different because it's 1 versus 1. Maybe there isn't a bigger goal here, like who will have more money or any special requirements, but you'll be the judge of who did better. It's more of an entertainment series, let's say, like neighborly skirmishes. And we're just competing here. Who will develop their farm better in this time? Who will have a better game? But there's no set goal to achieve, so we'll just see how long you enjoy this series and we'll keep developing until then. For now, I'm the one losing here, so it might be that I'm saying now that it's not some kind of... There's no goal to win because I'm losing. But come on, I wouldn't do that, would I? But you'll have to watch the episode on Angelica's channel to see how she sees it, if it's some kind of... If it's a rivalry, or maybe, as I said, it doesn't really matter who has more, it's just a general rivalry, more for fun. Alright, I'm mowing grass here, of course. Who'd guess what I can do on a flat map? Don't mow grass. I mean, there's nothing here. There's so much to do here, anything but mowing grass, of course. No, but as you know, a flat map means mowing grass. Unfortunately, in Farming 25, mowing grass, or rather silage itself, is a bit less profitable from what I've gathered so far. And it's more expensive. A bit worse. Not more expensive, just a bit worse to start a farm like this with silage. So you have to focus on something else. You can't just rely on making silage because unfortunately it's not as profitable as it used to be. I'll remind you once again to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. The next episode will be the day after this one. If you're watching on the first day of release, you'll have at least a week of episodes, day after day. Okay, we're mowing another part here. I've already tethered that part with a tether or a spider. I don't know what it's called in other languages, but let's say in Polish it's a spider. That's the term. Someone wrote to me that it's a spider and can be called that. Alright, but now I have to mow this bit here. This mower is really wide, very wide for a starter one. I'd prefer something... Oh, my opponent Angelica came over, so I could shorten her legs with this mower, and she started walking under it, but you see, luckily you can't lose your legs in farming. Not yet. I haven't seen any mods yet that would allow someone to get hurt in farming. I doubt we'll see that, since the publishers wouldn't agree, but who knows what modders will come up with. This isn't GTA, it's not GTA, so we probably won't see things like that. Those who've played know. Alright, so I'm tedding the remaining part here. There isn't a whole lot of grass here, but really anything will do at the start, because we just need money. I don't know if we'll buy another tractor this episode. Probably not. I don't think so. We'll see, but we likely won't have enough money, and expensive leases are a bad idea because we'll be skipping days from one episode to the next, so the money will disappear and fast. Okay. I'm making windrows here to collect all this. For now, I'll keep collecting it with the forage wagon for the baler. The time will come later, so a little patience is needed and everything will be as it should. I wonder how our opponent is doing. Of course, you have to see her perspective too. You have to, you really have to. The link is in the description, so check it out. Go ahead, watch all versions of this episode if you feel like it. You can even watch the time lapses without commentary on our main channels, so no problem, no problem. We will be very happy. Meanwhile, I'm collecting another trailer load, another one, and I'll sell it soon, because we need the money, as I said. Oh, let's check out this trailer here. We'll need it later, so the trailer. For 6,000 we can get a trailer without sides, without boards, to transport pallets or wood, because that will be an option here too. That will be an option here. And I was checking that because Angelica asked me what kind of trailer she could buy to haul, to transport wood. What's she doing with wood? There are no trees here yet, but we'll see. We'll see what she's come up with, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I think she's planning some kind of prank on me. Maybe from the shop? We'll see, that's also an option. It's not forbidden, so you can place trees from the shop, then cut them and transport them. Don't put them right next to the sell point, let's be real. I mean, knocking trees over straight into the sell point. That wouldn't look too good. It's not even about it being forbidden, but who'd do that? Who would do that? Okay, the baler costs 2,800 if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see it, but it's 2,800 and the wrapper's 1,400. I've already bought them, so they're waiting. And now it's time to mow even more grass, so there's something to bale and wrap. So now we'll really have to mow a slightly larger area here. Fortunately, on fast forward, walking with the mower doesn't look so bad because you walk quite fast. But those 8 kilometers per hour, that's a reason to buy a tractor that will go faster with this mower. But at the very beginning I decided not to buy a mower. I won't. I'll just drive around with this. I'll use it to the max and not spend money on a lease just to buy something else. to maybe develop in a slightly different direction. Instead of buying another tractor with another mower that would be barely better than the starting one, because this one is wide. It may be slow, but it's wide. Okay, I'll take this as well. For now, I won't collect it here, I won't belly it to wrap it, because we still have time. The episode's still on. So I'll take this here and sell it right away, and later we'll make bales. We'll set aside quite a bit of land for those bales, so you'll see. Okay, I think I'll take this and sell it too, because the money will come in handy. It really will. Maybe we'll even earn enough for a greenhouse. What else do we need here? I don't really know what else will be needed, but something for sure. So we'll see all that as we go. Okay, this mowing is going pretty fast. It looks funny how this mower moves. You can't see it in the time lapse, but while recording, it looked a bit like the mower was stuttering and it just kept slowing down. It had some stutters, it was slowing down. Not so smooth. Fortunately, you can't see it here, because it was annoying me and it bothered me a bit that it was stuttering like that. But unfortunately, farming isn't perfect yet, because it needs some updates, mods and so on for everything to work well. I'm still annoyed by the reloading of the grass textures that you're seeing right now. When I drive pretty fast, even though I have max settings, max terrain loading, loading distances, everything maxed out, the grass loads right in front of the tractor and it appears so ugly. So it really doesn't look good. Okay, we've dried the grass, so now we need to make windrows and collect it all, because money is lying on the ground. We just have to pick it up. I wonder how Angelica is doing in the meantime, but you'll have to watch the other perspective to find out, because unfortunately I can't show you here. I'll show you what it looks like on my end, although she sometimes came over to see how I was doing. So in her video you might sometimes see some trips to my place here, to my patch of grass, to my half of the map, because we have half of the map each. I already have $1,768 and I'll have another full trailer soon. So it's all going to plan. We have more and more money and we're earning better and better here. More and more. What do you think of this series? Do you like series like this? Well, I have my suspicions that you really like such series. I hope my commentary here isn't terrible and that it's listenable and doesn't spoil your viewing, but if it does spoil your viewing, then you probably just switch to the time lapse without my talking, or to Angelica's channel to watch it there, because she's a little better at it in my opinion. But you can be the judge of whether my commentary is really that bad, or if I'm actually getting better and better at it and it's slowly starting to be even cool. I hope it's more like that than the other way around. I'll now mark out a pretty large area here to make bells on. The length of the entire area that I mowed earlier. Maybe not that wide, because there would be quite a lot of it here. And well, we don't want to overdo it, because the episode is slowly drawing to a close. We still have about 10 minutes, so in the game that's about 40 minutes of gameplay, because as you know, these are time lapses, which is simply 4 times accelerated gameplay time. So an episode like this takes us about 2 hours. From 1 hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours of recording. You just have to multiply the episode length by 4, and most likely, if nothing was cut along the way because everything went according to plan, It took at least 4 times as long as the episode length. You can easily work it out. So we have about 30 something minutes left here to really finish what I started, which is mowing the grass, rake it, bale it, wrap it, and then we'll be able to end the episode. My opponent or not. Like I said, it's not a typical competition where someone wins something, so it's more to make it more interesting for the viewer so that each perspective is interesting. That's why we're doing these separate farms behind the fence, to arouse your curiosity, so you'll watch both perspectives. Alright, I'm starting to rake here. That went fast. And this terrain is still loading for me. The grass comes and goes. Do you see that? You must see it. I can't be the only one. It's really so noticeable. It just disappeared now. It disappeared even more. The grass has a short draw distance. Or it's lagging so much that the distance is far, but as I drive up, it only loads literally a tractor's length in front of me. It's really annoying me watching this. Okay, what's at the sell point? Can you sell planks at our sell point? You can sell planks and wood chips too. Wood chips too. I was playing with Polish language settings, so I got a bit confused because it was usually called farmer's market. So I wonder, what's a farmer's market? What is a targ rolny? It's the same thing, but I just was playing in English before and forgot to switch the language to English, and now when recording I had Polish in the settings, or rather the whole game was in Polish. So I had to think a bit longer here, because I usually play the English version. Okay, I'll park this monster, this gigantic starter push mower, and we'll do the last row here, and then I can start making bales. And when I'm making bales, once I've made them, I can finally wrap them. And I have to remember to buy a trailer in this episode. Not a trailer. What am I saying? Not a trailer, but that thing. That machine for loading bales at the back, a bale lifter. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes. Maybe I say this too often. Sorry to keep saying it, but this channel needs more subs. On the Polish channel we only have 540 subscriptions, so it's going slowly. But it's going, and I hope it keeps going, so you just have to do it. Okay, first 2 bales done, third's out. It's going pretty fast. We'll finish soon and we can wrap these bales. Because with silage, well, you might not earn as much as before, and definitely not as much as when selling at the gold market, for example, because that's a basic sell point from the game. True, we're playing on easy economic mode so that the series is dynamic, so it's not boring. I know some people also make episodes with more realistic game settings and play more realistically, but it's harder with such episodes, especially if you want to make them daily. Because to get a good episode while playing on hard mode, you'd have to cut a large part of it out to get rid of the boring stuff, or speed some things up to skip the boring parts. And here we have it perfectly set up. We've set the time, the difficulty, so that it's just nice and pleasant to watch. My opponent Angelica must be done. She's on my farm. She's wrapped it all. What's up with her? In this episode she started off fast, because of course she was always one trailer ahead of me, $1,000 ahead really. And now she's running around me laughing that I'm so slow. I don't know, maybe something's wrong with... I think I'm slowly losing my touch in this farming game. We were always so far ahead, and now Angelica is destroying us here. I don't know. She's doing too well. This can't be happening. My neighbor can't be doing better than me, or rather my female neighbor, since she's the one over the fence. Okay, last bales, and Angelica will finally see the end of this episode, because she really couldn't stand that I wanted to make these 3 bales. Oh, I'll put up a greenhouse here right away, though it is a rice greenhouse. Like I said, they're not very profitable and Angelica laughed at me for it. But we'll see. We'll see who has the last laugh. So we're parking the machines and I invite you to watch future episodes and Angelica's perspective. All links are in the description. Enjoy the next episodes. See you. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the 1 vs 1 on a flat map series with Girl Not Farming. So let's jump off the silo, hop into the mower and get started because as you can see I'm at minus $1,716. Well, that's not great, but this is only the second episode. We'll bounce back this time. We have a lot to sell, so it'll be fine. But first, we need some money to buy a trailer. I didn't think about it in the last episode and didn't buy a trailer. And I'd like to load these bales onto one. Of course, leave a sub so you don't miss future episodes and all the episodes and live streams on my channel. And you can also see what Girl Not Farming is up to because she has her perspective, of course. After this episode, watch part 2 of this series on Girl Not Farming's channel. Right now we still have some grass to mow here and we'll have to dry it with a tether. A tether because I'm about to start talking like Girl Not Farming, who says it weirdly. She had trouble saying it, we always laughed about it while recording. Of course, you probably haven't heard it because I think she's practiced and can say it normally in her episodes now. Oh, she just showed up with a trailer and we don't have the money to buy one yet. Oh no, this can't be. I'm really behind when it comes to these episodes, when it comes to this series. So far, I'm very far behind compared to Girl Not Farming. Opponent here is doing a little too well in farming 25. I don't know what happened. She trained too much for this. So we'll make some hay here. Collect it well. Rake it more than collect it. So I'm taking this windrower and I hope what's here will be enough. And the greenhouses. But I'm not carrying that by hand, so I'll need the trailer to sell from there. Still need a bit of money, but I think we'll get 3,000 from this patch. 3 pallets, 3 units of rice pallets, rice seedling pallets. How much is it worth? I really wonder. We'll see, because I suspect not much, because that greenhouse was cheap. The greenhouse was cheap and it definitely won't be some super crazy amount. It won't be huge sums. Okay, let's take a whole trailer of hay. Oh, there'll be more than one. That's nice, really nice. How much? 1340, good. So that's still minus 376 in the account. We'll definitely do it. We'll do this. And the trailer isn't that expensive, I think. I think the lease for the trailer will be a few $100s at most, because I'm leasing everything. I'm not buying, so it'll be pretty inexpensive. It'll be really cheap. Okay, we have $600. We have $600. Hope it's enough. Prepared for bales. 474. Just perfect. We still have 300 left. 300. I think I miscalculated something. Oh, never mind. Let's sell seedlings. 3 pallets of seedlings. How much will that be worth? Oh, not here. It's a sell point. $724. Well, that's not so good. So good, but the greenhouse itself costs 3,000, so... If it gave more in such a short time, because I didn't fast forward much here. months, so the greenhouses didn't have time to produce more. Well, all in all, yes. Such an amount, an appropriate percentage, I think. Appropriate for the price, because 3,000 gave us $700 so far, and we'll keep giving $700 every 2 months, really. I'll load up all these bales right away. Maybe they'll all even fit. They should. Of course, I'm using super strength here too, to make things easier for myself and make this episode more attractive, let's say. For some it will be more attractive because it's faster, and for others it will be like, why are you doing that by hand? That's heavy. You should be loading it with some kind of loader or something. Everyone sees it differently. I happen to be playing this way right now. I don't have autoloads here yet, so I have no other option. Okay, I placed a sell point. I have other options. I could do it realistically as the game intended, but this is a game on a flat map. This is a bit different than a normal game. It's more for fun. So let's head to the forest, because I found out that GIRLNOTFARMING used trees from the border. She used trees from the border, and that's how she got an advantage over me. So we also have to take a tree from the border here. One will be enough. Good, of course, we'll remove the stump right away. I'll cut it all into smaller pieces, although it's gigantic, and I know this is a really heavy tree. Probably be writing in the comments, you'll be writing, what are you doing? How did you lift that? You have to cut it into pieces. Well, we'll see. I hope that it won't be that bad, that you won't get on my case for loading half a tree by hand here. Maybe even the whole tree. I'll just cut it up more, so it's a bit smaller. Luckily, this trailer is very strong. Luckily, in farming everything's so strong, it'll lift it easily. Take two logs like this, and we'll add some leaves here so it is not boring. Colorful green. Normally I wouldn't come here, but this is one-on-one. There were no special rules set, and GIRLNOTFARMING brought a tree from the border, so I have to as well. So that it's at least more or less even, but I probably won't come to this border anymore. I'll be the trees. I think I'll plant trees somewhere further from the farm, but not that far, and I'll plant them from shop paying for them normally, and that's how I'll just bring them, hold them. So it will be a bit more. Well, I don't know if it will be better or not, but I'll try to avoid these trees anyway, because that would really be an infinite amount of money if you tried hard enough here. Okay, I'll need this tractor, so I'll lease it right away. And a mower. A triple mower 3 times the width of the front one. So we take this, and it's time to mow. Enough for the greenhouse. Alright, I didn't even notice how much we made on that wood. And we made a lot. I think around 14,000, if not more. I think even more, because we had enough for that. What's that? For that mushroom tent. Mushroom house. To the mushroom house, sorry. For a moment there I lost my ability to think about what's going on. Okay, I'll decorate the area a bit. I'll make a little path, then I'll extend it and spruce it up. So let's start mowing the grass here. I'll also turn on the mushroom production, oyster and enoki. Everything produce. I'll mark out a bigger field now, because it'll go much faster with this tractor. We have a speed limit of 22 when mowing, so it's almost 3 times faster than before with our push mower. Taking a much wider scope, so it's really good. and I think we'll slowly start making some better money here. Of course, I want to make a field here later, so we'll also need a cultivator, because I have a mod for creating fields with a cultivator, so I don't have to struggle with plows. And the seeder. We'll need a seeder too. I'm thinking of sowing canola here for now. Canola, because I'm not planning to have any animals yet in this episode. I'm thinking maybe in the next one, or maybe the one after. We'll see how it goes. We have a lot of grass, so we could do sheep. Could buy sheep and produce wool, and maybe some clothing factories later, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll focus on the simpler things for now. This is only the second episode, although this series probably won't be that long, so we have to. Well, hurry up a bit and buy things that work faster, rather than long-term factories, let's say. Okay, the last strip really, and we have this little bit left. Well, I'll mow this right away too, and we need to dry it. We have a rather small rake, not a rake, a dryer. Small tether, so unfortunately this will take a while. Unless we buy something better soon, but I don't know if we can afford it. It'll be tough. $12.53 and the original ones in the base game, because unfortunately there aren't any mods yet that I could add for a bigger, but let's say cheaper tether. Some worse ones, not the best ones like in the game. Of course this one will be enough, can do everything, it will just take a bit longer. It's not that small of a tether either, so we'll manage somehow. These textures keep loading, I must fix it. I really say this in every episode, but I have to fix it somehow. Anyone have any idea why? Let me know. I'd like to fix it. My render settings are maxed out for all distances and I still have this problem. By then we've done half the field. We've already dried half the field of this grass, so it's going fast. Of course, I'll make windrows out of this and I'll collect it with a forage wagon and sell it right away, so we'll definitely make some money on this. And later we'll use that money to buy a cultivator to make a field in this spot. I'd like to make this field quite large right away, so that it will actually give us some money here. I left a strip there, because when I rake it anyway, it will all get mixed up, and you don't have to do it so precisely. The rake will mix it up anyway, and it will be read as hay, so I didn't do that last strip. First I'll go around. First around, as always, because I don't have that flap here that stops the spread on the tether. Spreads it a bit wider. I checked that, I'll check. I checked. Yes, I checked because I already did it. I checked how much those big rakes cost and they cost a lot. A whole lot. So I decided no. Take the small one, I can't afford it anyway. So it's not that stage yet, but it's going fast anyway. With this... Why am I saying tether? This is a rake. A rake. I'm having trouble speaking today, aren't I? Really, I don't know how you'll put up with it. Keep correcting me in the comments. Okay, I'll start by collecting this strip, this windrow, around the edge first. I think there will be at least 7 trailers in total here, maybe even more. We'll see if I can count it. If not, you count it and tell me in the comments how many trailers came from this field, because I'll probably forget soon. I just said that, but you know, you'll have something to do. You'll be counting trailers of hay. That's the sec. I'll help you a bit. We already have $2,560. What's that Angelica doing behind the fence? Bella's there. Did she just make them now? I wasn't paying attention to what was going on with her, but I guess she just made those bales now. So these are some new bales waiting for time to pass, and I see there's a field made there already. There's already a field there, and I don't have one yet, but she made herself a smaller field, or actually, I think she's still making it. Oh yes, she's doing it, making that field or sowing on it. Well, we have to make up for it here, make up for this lost time and these lost profits compared to my opponent. Full trailer. Full one. I'm lost, which one is it? So, count them in the comments. Comment how many trailers there were. If anyone feels like counting, you'll have extra entertainment while watching. Counting. Training. Training to count to 10. Okay, I need to make more windrows here because we've run out of raked grass. I need to collect more. I think I'll need to buy a better tractor too, for the cultivator, etc. I don't know if this John Deere can handle it. Although, let's not get carried away. How many machines can we buy? We'll see how it goes. For now, I'll focus on this, on raking the grass, to get it all raked and ready. I don't know how it looks here in terms of comparison, who's currently winning, who has the best developed farm, and who has managed to earn more and develop their farm better. But I have a suspicion that it's not me. I have a suspicion that I'm not the one in the lead here, and I don't like that at all. I really don't like it, although you know, it's a kind of rivalry, as I said in the first episode. A rivalry that's not really a rivalry, because it doesn't really matter who wins here. But still, there's always something. It's always nice to have a better position, earn more in this game, and so on. You know how it is. I'm sure you also play with your friends, so you can more or less imagine how it is. And I just bought a cultivator, of course, to start making this field. So I'll start here. A bigger one around the mown grass that's still lying there, because I haven't collected it yet, but I ran out of patience. I just had to start making this field, because it can't be like this. Can't be that I haven't made a field yet, and it will take a while. It'll be quite a piece of field. Okay, this far should be fine. Now to get these rows out of the way. So this one for sure. And the other one next to it, I think. Although no, actually only this piece is enough. Besides, I can't fit any more into the trailer anyway. And I'm just finishing up the outline of my new field here. Well, it didn't turn out that huge. It didn't turn out that huge, so it won't be bad. It won't be bad, really. It's going quite fast because the cultivator is big. If I had to do this with a plow, well, that would be tough. That would be really tough. It'd take a while. And now you see a few passes and it's gone. Like 4 passes for one half here, the one already marked out. So it seems. I still have some grass to collect here. We have $9,290. I don't know what I'll spend it on yet, but let's get this grass. Let's get this grass first, because it's bothering me a bit. While I'm here, I'll get more. I think the whole trailer will go straight to the sell point and we'll make some extra money. I don't know what I'll want to buy yet, but something for sure. For sure. I'll decide in a moment. No idea how Girl Not Farming is doing over there. I can't see her. She's hiding from me. Besides, while recording, I wasn't really focused on checking on her, but more on doing my own thing. And trying to play my best here. Oh, I see she's brought some trees here again. Oh no, I only brought one tree and she's already brought a few more, so it's going to be tough. It'll be hard to catch up financially. I guess I'll have to plant some trees here. Well, maybe not plant them, because these trees grow terribly slow in base game farming. I know it's more realistic, but for a series like this we always used a mod to speed up the trees so they'd grow faster and the series would be more interesting. Farming 22. But here there's no such mod yet, so we'll probably have to plant trees from the shop, because there's no other option. Well, you have to make do with what you have. Okay, I'll park. And what would I like to do here? What should I do? One. I'd like a cedar, probably a small one, because... well, I don't have enough money and tractor power. Cedar isn't that small anyway, I should add, because it's 4.6 meters, if I'm not mistaken. Canola and a worker. Oh, the worker didn't work in this tractor, that's why I changed it right away. I bought myself a Zetor like this, by the way. Unfortunately, the worker in that other tractor wouldn't start at all. It's some modded tractor and it just doesn't work with a worker. Oh, Girl Not Farming came over. She came to spy on us. What are we up to here? She must be bored on her half. She's probably already earned too much money and is bored. I'm not surprised. Here to watch. He's doing so badly. Definitely. The mowing grass. Mowing grass, but he only has the rear mower. That's interesting. I have one for the front too. Not so bad. Maybe I'm not so far behind. How's the worker doing over there? He's turning in a funny way, but okay. He's doing it. It'll take a while, this field's not small. So I hope he manages to do it all before I want to end the episode. But he has to. There's no other way. Finish it by the start of the next episode. Okay, if the girl is mowing grass, we will too. Oh, the worker got blocked by our starting equipment. So I'll mow the grass here because we need bales. We need bales to make silage for the next episode and earn some money. It's tough here without it. It's really tough without it, so we have to get these bales sorted so everything adds up. For now. I don't know if I'll add to it. I don't think so, we're short on time. We are short on time for all these tasks. This episode is 2 hours of gameplay and we're out of time. 2 hours of playing and it's still not enough. You always want more, but it's not going anywhere. If we don't do it in this episode, we'll do it in the next, so everything will be fine. How long should the episodes be? Do you like them around 20 something to 30 minutes? Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, because it's nice to have subs. It's nice to have subscriptions, lots of them, and it looks cool. And I'd like 1,000. I'd like to have that 1,000 because I have 581 subs as I record this commentary. So we're making rows. Soon we'll have to. We have to do more things at once to make it go faster. That's what I tell myself, but it all comes down to one thing. I just get less bored doing it and I feel like the viewers do too. Although that varies as I've said before. People often ask why start another thing before finishing one. How it is here. It's kind of my trademark. I'm going to do it this way because I want to and I like it. I think most people like it too. If that were true, if those people were right, then the views wouldn't be what they are. They'd be worse. Definitely. Okay, I'll park here. Or not. Let's finish this up. Let's finish up here. Time. We still have time. Well, at least. Though I don't know if we have time. I mean, we've already had a very long episode here and we really need to wrap it up. Because Girl Not Farming will shoot me for still doing something when she's already finished everything. So we'd better hurry up. The worker is sewing here, the worker is still sewing. So let him finish that and I'll finish these rows. And maybe I'll manage to start baling. Because I just noticed that we're already at a very late point in the episode and I probably won't be able to get everything done here. But then at the beginning of the beginning of the next episode, we'll do everything we didn't do now. So we'll have to bale and wrap because unfortunately it takes a while. And look at this, it's already 27 minutes into the episode, which is almost 2 hours, almost 2 hours of our gameplay. So I was actually slacking off a bit in this episode. Okay, I'll park the mower by the fence, why not? Fence. I see Angelica is doing the same, so let's copy that idea. I'll set up the bales, the baler, so that I'm ready to go at the start of the episode. And I'll finish sewing with this worker here because he's doing a so-so job. He's slow. I'll do it faster and better, so I'm taking this. Well, maybe I exaggerated with the better part because I see I missed a bit here, but who's looking? That's all for today. So leave a sub and watch the next episodes too. Farmerkis 2. Hello, welcome to the third episode of the 1 vs 1 series on the flat map. To start, I have some grass to bale and then wrap, because we haven't fast forwarded time since the last episode, so I have to do it before we do. Of course, leave a sub if you aren't subscribed yet, and also check out Angelica's perspective, that is Girl Not Farming, on her channel. Link in description. So let's get on with these bales. This field is quite large, but it goes pretty fast with this baler, so it won't be a problem. For now, this one, I think soon I'll get an automatic one. I'll have to earn some money here and get it all sorted. The whole field is practically finished, so that went quickly. I'll get the wrapper and wrap it all. There aren't too many bales here, but I think I can make about 20-something thousand from it. That's the most important thing here, because we'll really need the money. This map is huge, we have a lot of land, but without courseplay it's going pretty slowly. Although, I already know that courseplay is in beta testing and the proper version will probably be available soon. I haven't tested the beta yet, but I think I'll have to do it soon, though I don't know if in this series. Because since we started this way, I don't want to suddenly change mid-series, just to not mix things up. So let's wrap these bales. I wonder what Angelica's doing. I think she was also working with bales. I'm not sure because I don't really look over at her. Maybe in a moment I'll be able to see what's happening behind that fence. Can't see anything. Nothing's there. Maybe she's sowing something because I also have a field sown here, so we'll have canola growing. Canola on this. Oh, there we go. By the way, speaking of my neighbor here, she's in the field. Angelica already came here to check what we're doing. I see her bales are already done. She's probably bored again. She's bored again because it's going too well for her. Like someone wrote in the comments, I saw they were terrified that I'm doing so poorly and she's doing so well. What happened? Well, I don't know what happened. It turns out we have a tough opponent here. Although, you know, it's a friendly rivalry. It's not the kind of typical rivalry you might expect. There's no reward or penalty for losing. But, you know, it's always more interesting when there is some competition. So, the last bale, and we're going to Angelica's to fast forward time. Everything is growing here. 1 day, I think 2 days. 2 or maybe even 3 days. We'll see. We'll see. Click. Well then 3. Let's make it 3. Since we're fast forwarding, let it be 3. 12,500. I've racked up quite a deficit, but we'll sell the pallets soon and see. We'll see if the pallets alone will cover it. From the pallets alone. But we still have a lot of bales, so we'll definitely make a profit. I think we could also go to the forest, Look at my mushrooms, you can see it all. Button mushrooms and something else here. I don't know what it's. Polish, because I have the English names, but definitely button mushrooms and something else, some other mushrooms. So we're selling, oh, 16,000, right? Am I seeing this right? No, I misspoke, not 16,000. Sorry, my notifications here are too small. But we have minus 14,200 in the account, so not 16,000 but 8,000. Yes. So now we're loading the bales. Trailer for now. I don't have an auto-loading one yet. Auto-loads have been released, so soon we'll be able to play normally, like in Farming 22. Normally. You know, normally our way, which means with auto-load, super strength and super speed, just to make things a little easier and spice up the series. Maybe we'll also do a realistic series like that. Maybe I'll do a realistic series. Yeah, I was thinking about that today. No. Well, I don't know exactly how I do it, but maybe we could do something realistic like that too. You can let me know in the description, in the comments, what description. What am I even saying today? Okay, these bales here have got my head spinning. So then, let's load a third level here. Why limit myself? Maybe our trailer won't tip over or break. Okay, so how many bales will that be? 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 bales will fit here easily. Many bales? I think we have exactly 18 bales. But that's a perfect 18 bales. Yes, that's right. 18 bales. So everything goes to the sell point. How much money? 18 bales. 15,000. Oh, what happened? Angelica wanted to go for a ride on the trailer, as you can see. It happened so fast, I didn't even notice what was going on. She came in at full speed, but it's possible that I kind of cut her off, so I won't. I'm not going to defend myself here. That could have happened. Time to buy a combine. Time to buy a combine, so... This one here is too expensive. No, we can't get one that expensive. I wanted to get the more expensive one so I wouldn't get the same one as Angelica, because there's only really one cheap one to choose from. In general, there's only one cheap one for 105,000. Besides, that's not a cheap combine anyway. It's an expensive combine, but well, for 105,000 plus a header, there's only one, so we had to get the same combines. As you can see, her combine just appeared in Angelica's shop. One like this is definitely enough for us for now, so there's no point in overthinking. Twice as much for a combine that will do the same thing, because, well, just because, well, that's a mediocre deal, a mediocre option. I think we should also sell off the unnecessary things, like that mower from the first episode, because we own it, so I think now is a good time to sell it. This is the third episode, so it won't be some kind of weird cash injection. I'll start creating a new field here, a new slightly larger field. I think even bigger than that one. Because I'd like to earn a bit more on this canola, and maybe later we'll plant something else on this field too. Whole corn or... Or what else could I plant here? Potatoes, beets. From what I've heard, you can make some good money on beets. That's what FS Master says, I don't know. We'll have to check it there. But he said only if there's a sugar factory, a beet processing plant, because otherwise it's not worth it. It's not that profitable, but apparently beets are a good option, so I'll have to test it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll test the beets in this series, but I'll definitely test in one of my series if they're really that profitable. Well, wood of course. Wood and wood chips. Going to mess with wood chips just yet in this episode. I think in the future, maybe even in the next episode, I'll do something with these wood chips. I'll have to plant some trees. Well, unfortunately the trees take a very long time to grow, so I'll have to do it through the shop. To plant the trees somewhere further away, so they're not so close, like I did in the previous episode, and just cut them down, grind them up and sell them. 1,000 liters costs about $1,000, so for every ton you get about $1,000 from this groundwood, from these wood chips. So it's pretty good, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm just finishing this field here, or rather the worker is, so I'll have to sell it soon and see how much I make. I think I should get about 15,000 for this little patch here. It's a pretty big patch, not so small. Land of mine. Well, I was right. That much. That's how much it came out to, so I'll set up the machines here. I'll park the combine here so it looks nice, not just anywhere. And I can move on to working this field. I'll be doing it in installments as usual, so well, it'll take a while for sure. Quite large. It's quite large, but a few passes at a time and it'll be fine. Thing will be done. A worker will do the sowing, so that won't be a problem. Oh, now I know what I wanted to say about that. 100,000 giveaway that I've already received everything, the shipment with the packages, or rather the packages, just the prizes that I want to give away, which are the Steel Series headphones, a Steel Series keyboard, 2 mousepads. I don't know if I won't keep one for myself because I also need to leave some of this equipment to have a representative part, let's call it that, so there's something to show that I use this equipment too. Well, if I recommend it, I have to use it too, right? And what else is here? I'm taking a quick look now, because it's all lying behind me. 2 mousepads, 1 set of headphones to give away for sure. 1 mouse. I won't give away 2, because the other mouse has to stay with me. Yeah, quite a bit of gear. But 2 mousepads actually, a mouse, headphones, a keyboard and 2 farming games. And I'll be giving it all away through a post on Patreon. You'll just have to write under the post, which will be public, where you're from, and somehow convince me to send you this package. And then once I've chosen who wins, we'll sort out the shipping address and so on. So there will be more information on when exactly, with a special video for it. I'm just mentioning it now so you know how it will work. Okay, and in the meantime, I've started on the wood here. Wood chips, not wood chips, because I'll just be selling this as wood. But yeah, wood chips in the next episode, I think. I planted these trees here from the shop, as I said before. Unfortunately, tree growth here is so-so. You'd have to fast forward a really long time, or play with normal months, meaning 30 days in a month, for example, and 1 day is 1 skip day in the game, that's 1 real day. Not like now, 1 month, so the leases don't swallow us whole, and so that it's all profitable. But yeah, once again I encourage you to check the Steel series link in the description. It will definitely help organize more giveaways like this in the future, so I'll be encouraging you. Very often, I think, at least, because it's a win-win for everyone, especially for you, because I don't really keep much of this equipment for myself. It's mainly all for giveaways, so really only you benefit, mainly you and me. I benefit in the sense that I have something to give you and I don't have to buy it out of my own pocket. So it's an interesting option. Pull this tree. I feel like I've attached a bit too much here, although no, this tractor can handle it. I thought it would be worse. We have a sell point here, so I'm selling it right here. Let's go for another tree. I cut down a few of them there. Whole trees aren't that profitable. Aren't as profitable as normally, but well, as normally. I mean wood chips, of course. Profitable as wood chips, because wood chips are really much more profitable than just the whole tree, especially an ugly one with branches and so on. No way. If I had sold the same tree as wood chips, I probably would have made about 20,000 easily, I think. I don't know how much we made in total, but 10,000 at most, I think. Maybe not even that. This field done. Angelica definitely doesn't have a field this big yet, so we'll have an advantage here to sow something and maybe make around 70,000 on canola from such a large field. From 2 fields for sure, so that would be a pretty good cash injection episode, of course, because we won't be fast forwarding in this one. It will all grow for the next episode. I'll have to sow this soon, so I'll probably need a bigger tractor, because this John Deere here is okay. It's okay, but the seeder has pretty high requirements from what I know. Especially a bigger one. So we'll have to invest a bit more here, but we have 56,000 after selling everything, so we'll definitely invest it in a tractor and a seeder. At the very least, because we'll see in a moment. The greenhouses here are tempting me, so maybe I'll build one right away, because later I'll run out of money for it. But which one? This one's too expensive. I wouldn't have enough for anything. This one for 27,000, fine. It will slowly start paying for itself. After a dozen or so months, the greenhouse will have paid for itself 100%. It'll be pure profit. Of course, I'm turning on automatic watering and lettuce production. Lettuce seems to work best here, at least for me. So, right? What's the deal with these seeders? They're expensive. The bigger ones are especially expensive, but we'll sort it all out. I don't need it anymore. It's awful. Someone wrote that in the comments, and they're right. Someone wrote in the comments that this model is really ugly, but we needed it to start this series more from scratch than is normally possible. Than is normally possible in farming, so this was the only working mod for smaller tractors, so... Well, it worked, working to the extent that it did, because the collisions were broken, but it generally worked, so that was its only advantage. It just worked and it was cheap, so that's how we started. That's what we chose. The field here is almost finished, just 2 more passes. Maybe I'll finish it right now. What do you think of these clouds? About how these clouds are now reflecting in the grass. Doesn't this look bad on a time-lapse? Is this? Or maybe I should turn them off, these dynamic cloud reflections. Does this look okay? You guys can let me know. Is it not distracting? Isn't it moving too fast? The time-lapse is sped up after all. Normally the clouds move much slower, but on a time-lapse it looks like this. A bit faster, and I don't know if it's annoying for the viewer. You can let me know how it looks to you. Definitely extend this road here so that it looks like something. farm of my... Although for now there isn't even a single shed or anything, and there probably won't be for a long time, but eventually I'll have to build something here. I'll decorate it like this. There's a road, you can drive, so I'll send a worker to this field right away. Let him drive around, let the worker sow. Well, this field here is quite large, but the worker can sow. I'm not buying anything else here for now. Let's buy it right away. Let's see what we can buy here. Kind of this New Holland. Quite nice, quite nice. So I think so. What do we need here? A seeder. This one will be nice. Okay, so we'll also take seeds and fertilizer, of course. Close here. It's hard to drive up here to attach it, but somehow I managed. Because the vehicle spawn point is right in front of the shop door, so it's a bit close, but luckily it's still manageable. These machines aren't that big to have a problem with it. I'll send this worker here and I'll take this one. Because this seeder has a direct seeding option, so there's no need to use a cultivator there. I'll use this tractor for something else. For something else meaning for mowing. Exactly, because I haven't mowed any grass here yet in this episode, and that can't be. There has to be grass mowing in every episode. Okay, I'll mark out a larger area for myself here. I need to press it, bale it, wrap it, and it will be ready to sell in the next episode for a cash injection. 2,137 in the account. Oh, now it's 2,112. Before it was 2,137. That's an interesting number. I'll just move the trailer with super strength course. Why not? Get back to mowing. When this mowing is going pretty fast. 21 per hour. Especially with a triple mower, it's going well. It's going really well. In the next episode, I'll want to buy the mower that makes windrows. The one that makes windrows right away, so I won't have to drive with the bar. I will have to use the baler. Maybe we'll do something else in the next episode and won't make bales, but for example, a silo. We'll build a silo or something. We'll see, we'll see. So the plan for the next episode is most likely to buy a silo. Of course, 100% to buy a mower that makes windrows right away, so I don't have to make them separately anymore. It will be a bit simplified. It'll be faster for sure. Task. It's mowed here for now, so we need to make windrows right away. As long as we still have to make windrows. Well, unfortunately we have to, but first, since we still have a moment, maybe I'll sell more trees to earn a bit of extra money. I think that's a good idea. Yes, that's definitely a good idea, so let's sell some of this wood right away. Oh, my cat is jumping on the door here, yes. I'll just add a fun fact about the difficult recording conditions I have here. Cat is jumping on the door, on the handle, trying to open the door for me because I closed it, so they would jump on my desk while recording and make noise. My two kitties, so difficult conditions, as I said. Okay, that worker is still sewing over there. The other worker with the small tractor isn't sewing because he ran out, but we don't even have money to buy more, so we have to transport this wood anyway. I'll hook up 2 at once. We'll see if it can handle it or if it'll be too heavy. Even 3. Why should I limit myself? 3 it's going to be. The tractor will have to struggle a bit, but it's moving somehow. It's moving somehow, so let it be, let it be. I'm not going to unhook this wood, we'll pull it all. 8 kilometers per hour. I see the speed is jumping a lot, but okay, it's moving, it's moving. We're almost there. I think I'll cut these trees a bit shorter. I don't know if it changes anything, but I'll just cut them in half to maybe improve the price a bit here. Okay, let's sell. 3,992 in the account. Well, if I were making wood chips, it would be over 20,000 for sure. But well, that's how it is. It is what it is, and we have to do what we have, which is cut down whole trees. Okay, I'll refill this one because we can afford it now, or maybe I won't. Let's sell it. Let's just sell it. Yes, let's sell it, and we'll sow with this cedar since it's finished anyway. So that's a better option after all. Okay, I'll just let it go and let it drive, and in the meantime I'll make the windrows. And press and bale them. I'll wrap them. I won't hold this away. Of course, I always hold it after everything has fermented, so for now it will just lie in the field. We have a bit of windrowing to do here. I would even say, but it's better to have more and earn more than to earn too little, so that's for sure. So let's get on with these windrows. And you can write what you think about this series so far. Well, apart from the fact that I'm doing so poorly with making money, you can cut me some slack. But of course also leave a subscription. Don't cut me that much slack. Leave me a subscription, because I'd really like to hit that 1000 on this channel. I think we'll manage to hit it soon. I'll just post a few more videos here and we'll have that round 1000 subscribers for... No, I was going to say that maybe for 1000 subscribers I'll do a giveaway for you, but it'll probably be a small one. 50 zloty pay safkad or something, because that's 5 DAO, 5000. 1000, 1000, not 100,000, so I won't go too crazy here. For a big giveaway, you can take part in the one for 100,000 subscribers on Not Farming, so you have a chance anyway. Chance to get something there anyway, so it's perfect. Plus, maybe for 1000 subscribers here I'll throw something your way, but I'll probably just paste it in the comments for you. I'll paste a PaySafeCard code for you, and I'll write that this is the prize for 1000. So it'll be something more like that. You'll be given a time, for example, when I'll add a post or something, and first come, first served. Maybe we'll do it that way. For now I've pressed and baled what we've made here. The worker is still sewing here, sewing. He's doing it quite quick. This cedar is a bit wider. So I'll take over and finish this last bit. You can see I've taken over because the straight driving is over. Now I've started to swerve a bit because the worker drove perfectly, and well, without GPS I had some minor problems here. It was a bit windy, it was blowing me around here and turning my wheel. You know how it is. There. The last strip. I left a few small gaps, but that didn't happen. You didn't see anything. Okay, I'll park it so it's not just anywhere. Otherwise, it gets so messy you don't know where anything is. This tractor isn't needed for now either. Finish making these bales and we need to wrap them. That's the most important thing, because if I don't wrap them, I won't earn anything. I won't earn anything because I don't want to sell this grass and time will be fast forwarded. To wrap, I simply have to wrap them. There's no other option. I think in the next episode we'll also need some animals. We'll have to buy some animals here. Probably sheep. Will probably be sheep, so yeah. And then we'll see. Maybe some others, but I think sheep and chickens. Chickens, yes, I think chickens too. First sheep, then chickens. For cows or something like that. I don't know if I'll want to. Maybe some goats. Goats also produce milk here, right? So it would be goats, and I don't know if anything else. Is there anything else I'd want to do with animals in this series? I don't know. Probably not. Probably just that. Okay, so the last bales here, almost. Still a few left. There are still a few left and we'll have to bale a bit more because we have 5 or 6 passes of baling left, so just a little longer and we'll have everything ready. $3,875 in the account. Much, but oh well, what can you do? We'll go deep into the red when we fast forward. I think about 20,000, maybe even 30 when we skip 2 months, 2 days, because we leased a lot of new machines, and in the last episode it was already minus 15,000. 12 something, minus 12. At the start of this episode. In the previous one it was minus 12, if I'm not mistaken. So now it will be about minus 20,000. There will be a lot to make up for, but the new greenhouse is in place. The mushrooms are working there. They're working. The mushrooms are being produced. They're growing, so we'll earn a bit there too. Of course, the bales. So these bales, I think. These bales will probably give us the most here. And we also have 2 fields to harvest, so we'll make money. I'll also get to those wood chips in the next episode. We'll test how it works with these wood chips. We'll be making wood chips and selling wood chips. Because Angelica made a lot from that wood. I have to catch up to her by making wood chips. Although she'll surely start making wood chips too, as soon as she sees us making them, so. Or rather me making wood chips. I say we because I've just gotten used to it. So, you have to forgive me if it bothers anyone, because it will be really hard for me to stop talking this way. It's probably from the live streams. It's like I identify with you all. It's plural meaning we, you and us. Fun fact, but probably no one paid attention to it, so I guess it's not some big problem. Okay, we've got everything done, so that will be all for this episode, and in the next one there will be a lot more to do. So I invite you to watch the next episode. Hey everyone, welcome to the 4th episode of the On a Flat Map 1 vs 1 with Girl Not Farming series. Of course, we're starting with a huge deficit because we were fast forwarding days and months off screen. We fast forwarded exactly 3 months, and as you can see, we're at minus 20,500, so to start I'm selling all the pallets I can. And that still won't put us in the black. I think that's my impression. But there are still bales to sell, so then we'll definitely be in the black. Leave a sub if you haven't subscribed yet. As you can see, it's still minus $1,621, though I've sold all I could. Alright, so let's load these bales and finally get into the black so I can hire a worker. We have a lot of canola to harvest, so the worker will have to drive constantly and maybe we'll earn a bit. I think we'll get 70,000 from these 2 fields, calculating based on how it went last time with the smaller field. The bales are sold, we have $6,373 in the plus, so let him get on the field now. I'll leave him and collect these bales. I don't have a self-loading trailer for now, but I'll have to invest in one soon. This episode or the one after, but we'll buy one. We'll definitely buy one, because there are more and more bales, so it won't make much sense to collect all these by hand. We'll just make more of them and collect them with a self-loading trailer to earn more, so it pays for itself, because the lease on these machines always costs a bit. It will be much more convenient to collect everything with a machine for collecting this than just abusing super strength by hand. I'll toss some more bales in. I think they'll all fit. They should all fit. There are 2 left here. I'll squeeze them in here. It'll be a 3 are left, not 2. Here. And 1 more on top here. For this episode, my plan is to buy a mower that will automatically create windrows because the tractor I'm driving right now can already work with it, so it's perfect, we'll just buy it. We won't have to do one of the tasks anymore, so we'll be a bit ahead. There will be a bit more grass mowed and belted because we won't have to make windrows anymore. All be done automatically, so that's good, that's good. It's a shame the basic workers in the game can't, for example, collect bales or make bales, because as far as I know, they can't. Can't use it yet. I don't know, I'm not sure. I think it's an option with the workers. Okay, I'm leasing the wood chipper right away, and the trailer. Trailer. Let's make it a bigger one, although we don't really need a bigger machine here, because it has an infinite tank for these wood chips. But I'm not going to do it like that. Let's at least make it look like there's something on this trailer, but in reality we wouldn't need such a big trailer, because everything just flies onto it with a delay once space is made on the trailer. I'll get trees from the shop. Currently it's a month here in farming where we won't make much on these trees. I don't know what month it is exactly, because unfortunately by enlarging this field with the time and the money on the account, I've covered up what month it is, what season it is, and so on. It's not here, you can't see it. So let's get going with this wood. Go, let's cut it, or rather let's grind it. I got this idea from FS Master, because on the series you'll see something with FS Master soon. He was also grinding wood there, and that was his plan to make millions, so I started doing it too, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes here. Will turn out on my series with GIRLNOTFARMING. Her channel link is in the description, but you probably already know her. You probably watch both videos most of the time to see both perspectives. GIRLNOTFARMING is doing very well here. She'll probably be building some big factories in this episode. As you can see, she already has chickens for 1,000 units and so on and so on. Oh, as you can see, I'm unloading now and it's filling up my trailer. Oh, not much was added because I didn't grind that many trees, but that's how it works. This machine has an infinite tank, so we can grind the whole forest, then the trailer will fill up for a few hours. But it will unload everything, that has been collected. So yeah, it's a bit unrealistic, very much so. But you know how it is here. In general, it's tough for now because I can't really hire workers. For this series to be fun in a short amount of time, well, because this series here won't be long. There'll be series of 8-10 episodes. So I'm doing this quick one-on-one series here. The plan is to do 8 episodes, and for those 8 episodes to be developed somehow interesting. Well, you need to earn some money after all, and we're trying not to take out loans. Possible that some loan will be needed here soon to just build something, a factory and so on. Because a lot of money is needed here. To just mow the whole map and nothing else, well, that would bore the viewers a bit, so you have to do different things. So unfortunately, we'll probably have to take out a loan here. But we'll see how it goes. We'll pay it back later, since we'll take the exact same amount. Exactly the same as GIRLNOTFARMING, so that we have an equal loan and it's just fair. Okay, the worker will be driving there. I'll take the seeder right away. The seeder that can work without cultivating, which we bought recently, and I'll send a worker too. What's he sow? Let him sow wheat. How's the combine operator doing? Or her, I don't know who's in the cab, which worker got assigned. I see others, but I think it's a she. How's it going, ma'am? How's the mowing going? Funny how they turn here, they cut out a space for themselves, and then they drive normally anyway, so I don't know. So they don't miss anything. I don't do that. I would drive outside the field, but maybe that's it. They can't go too far outside the field, they just try to fit within the field's area. It's in this field. Right. So, it's going pretty well here, because the worker is fast since the combine is a bit modified. So I'll take the tractor here, and maybe I'll buy that mower already. We'll return the old ones, and this is probably the best time to buy the mower that makes windrows. I'm taking this Samas and its front part too, so let's hook it up and we can start working with this mower. No time to wait. There's no time to wait. There's plenty of grass to mow and the money won't make itself. GIRLNOTFARMING is surely making good money over there from wood processing, because I think she already has a sawmill. Smaller one, but still. And I see lots of bales too. Oh, see, trees are falling in the background. She's got 100,000 in her account, I don't know. You'll have to check her channel, because I'm really not sure what's going on there. I don't know what's happening behind that fence, but well, it's 1 versus 1, so there is some rivalry. Although, you know, I say it's not a real rivalry, but that's not at all because I'm doing worse here. It's not why. Of course, this isn't a competition. No, really, it was supposed to be a competition. I'm doing poorly. But that's how I'll explain it away. You know the deal. Farming says it's a competition, so I guess it is. I guess it's a competition and I'm just doing poorly. The worker is at 80% and you haven't subscribed yet, so you have to subscribe before the worker reaches 100%, right? That's the little trick I used here. Alright. The seeder's also here and the field will be ready soon. It's not that huge, so it's going quickly. We'll need a new field soon. A big one. A big one, but definitely not in this episode, because there won't be enough money. Not enough money, and I'd like to. I'd like to invest in maybe some greenhouses here. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what exactly we'll buy here, but we'll definitely still be short on money, so there's no problem here. No problem. If there were a problem, it would only be a lack of money. Alright, let's see what the worker is doing here, how he's getting on. Well, definitely better than me if I were doing it. Combine stop. Get the combine. Oh. Sell 100% of the tank. 15k liter. Let's see what I get for it. How much for a full tank? Let's unload and we'll see. Well, it's not bad, but I thought it would be more. 28k. For 15,000 liters, that's still almost 2,000 zlotys. $2,000 per 1,000 liters, so nice. I left the worker there. I'll continue mowing the grass here, and I know what my plan is. I know what I'll do today. I'll build a silo. I'll build a concrete silo and haul everything to it with a forage wagon. Compact it and we'll sell it in the next episode. That's the plan. That's something I haven't done yet here in Farming 25, so it's perfect. I don't think there's a better idea right now. So yeah, I'll finish mowing this, then I'll have to do some shopping and build that silo. I don't know how much they cost, but I think we have enough money. The worker has finished here, so I'll send him here, but I'll make him go up and down first, because the combine is still working there, so there's no need to disturb it. But the worker can already start sowing on this part, the part that's already been mowed, because no straw will be lying here. It isn't, so it's perfect. Perfect. He'll be done here in a moment anyway, so there's no need to think about it. Okay, where are the silos? One here, one here. What's our budget? I guess 6. Well, there aren't really any other options here. This is a pretty big silo, but it has to be big. Okay, now for a forage wagon, but a proper one. I'll sell the small one. Or rather return it, because it's a lease. And here's the Bitomi. I think this Bitomi will be the best. 50,000, even 100,000 liters. Modded with increased capacity, because normally it wouldn't hold this much. But I don't mind that at all. The work will go a bit faster here, so the series won't be boring, so let's collect this. Let's collect this. 20%, 20%. We already have over 20,000 liters, so it's going nicely. Passes around, not even. Not even, it'll be 100%. Oh, I ran over some bucket here. I lost a bucket from the previous, or rather the first episode. These buckets are constantly circling around here in the grass. Harvest comes, the combine gets a bucket, then what? It'll break, that's for sure. Okay, poplars down. 10,000 liters left to sell. Well, that should be about 18,000 from this. Let's see in a moment if I can do math. I don't know the exact price, but it should be around 18,000. 18,893. Well, I guess I did calculate something right. Although it's closer to 19 than 18, but who's counting details like that? Right away here. Maybe one more pass, I was thinking. Maybe we go unload now, not wait till it's 100%, but let's make this first pass perfect. Later I'll unload more often to spread it all out nicely, and so it doesn't just pile up in one place. Field's not that big. This field isn't as big as it seemed at first. There will barely be 2 such trailers here, although these are huge trailers, so there's no comparison, because normally I'd be driving back and forth constantly. Okay, spilling. It will take up a bit of space here. We have one load here. Now I'll bring smaller loads to go there more often but still unload. More like, well, spread it out more. Let's say without leveling, just spread it more all over. When there's a lot, it goes faster and is harder to spread. I'd have to drive over it several times and cancel the unloading. What's Girl Not Farming doing now? Let me know if Girl Not Farming still has the advantage in this 4th episode, or if we've more or less evened out. Have I caught up to her, or am I still at a loss? I saw viewers were terrified in the comments that I was doing so poorly. That Girl Not Farming got so far ahead of me with that wood, with those trees. And made so much money here. Okay, last 3 passes here, the last 3 passes, and we'll unload this. Next, we'll see, because something will surely be here. Something to do here. I don't know if I'll mow anything else, or maybe start building some greenhouses. I'll decorate a bit around here. We'll see everything. We'll have to pack the silo. That's one thing we'll definitely have to do. But what else? I don't know. We'll see what else. Maybe let's start by earning some more money. So let's take these 2 trees that are left. Maybe I'll plant more trees, but for now let's leave 2. First tree is going down. I'll remove the roots. pinky and into three pieces, because that's the easiest way for me to grind it. Okay, half a trailer really filled up instantly. Quickly, I cut it into 2 parts, not 3. I lied to you a bit, but it's still pulling it in quite well, so it's not bad. It's not bad because sometimes you have to cut it into 3 pieces for it to fit in easily. Because the machine doesn't want to pull it in, but it's doing well now, so there's no problem. I'm loading those trees with super strength. Could be done realistically if it were a realistic series. But it's not. It's not, so who are we trying to fool? Although I'm trying to make sure the trees actually fit the size of this machine and that it can be laid down normally here and not like shoving in these huge trees that barely actually don't fit into this machine. But never mind that. It's important to just earn some money and continue this series in an interesting way. We have 110,000. We have 110,000, so that should let us do something. I'm thinking some large greenhouses later. I turned off the harvester. Oh, and here the worker ran out of, not seeds, but fertilizer, so I'll have to buy some fertilizer and refill it so the worker can continue. Okay, where is this fertilizer? Here's the fertilizer. 1920 for a pallet. One should be enough to finish this field. No, it'll surely be enough, it's just a small piece. I'll drive up right away where the worker finished so he can continue from the same spot. Let him go. He has very little left here, just the last pass around. 2 passes. Let's check how things are with the sheep. Maybe I'll buy some sheep. Maybe I'll buy sheep and mow more grass for them. That's the plan, it is. I'll buy sheep. I'm buying sheep and I'll decorate around here a bit and I'll still need to buy those sheep, so I hope I don't run out of money. I don't know sheep prices. Fit in about 200. I won't buy that many. I can't afford that, so I'll have to limit myself a bit at the beginning and buy fewer. The roads are done, so I'm taking the tractor and going to compact the silo a bit because there's some work to do here. And I'll forget about it, so I'd better do it now, compact it to 100%. We're already at 20, so it's not bad. Not bad. Pretty fast. 30% already. There it is. Compacts very quickly. Also not that much of this chaff, grass, what should I call it? It's grass. So, grass. So grass. Call it grass. After dumping it into the silo, it's called chaff. So let it be. Let's go with chaff. Alright. Correct. I don't think it works like that, right? That's not how it works. Grass is grass. Just weird here in farming that it suddenly turns into chaff. Normally grass doesn't have this texture, it's not so fine. It won't magically change in the silo. 50-90%. Oh, that's nearly 100. I got carried away and it hit 100%. Good, let's close the silo. We need to close the silo soon. For now, I'll just drive away as long as I don't forget about it, because it'll be bad if I do. Okay. Month-old sheep. How many can I buy here? I think 100. For $53,888, 100 sheep. It's a lot, a whole lot. So we need a mower. We need a mower and we have to make them something to eat. Luckily we have a forage wagon, so it will be useful for collecting this. How big to make it? Try this. Let's do something like this so they get some of that grass, because from what I know they eat grass. I'm not sure, as there are a few options here. Or maybe in 22 it was hay and here it's just grass. I don't even know. But I know these will want grass. These will want grass, so we have to make them grass. And I also know that there are often problems with feeding animals because, for example, the pen doesn't accept bales. I don't know about this one specifically, but I know FS Master had a problem where one pen he bought didn't work for him. He just couldn't put bales in there. He couldn't shred the bales in any way. At least he couldn't. We couldn't, as I tried to give him a hint. We couldn't figure out how to shred these bales because none of the shredding machines would accept grass bales because it was grass and they wouldn't shred grass. Straw was fine, but they wouldn't take grass. So that's very, very strange here. If so, I don't know. Is it from the base game or a modded pen? But I think this is a base game pen, so it should work normally. Or at least there should be some option to do it with bales. Because normally you just take a sharp knife, cut the net on the bale, and it would just fall apart. So I wonder if there's an option like that here, or if we just couldn't find it, or what the deal was. Okay, I'll park this mower. I need to collect it right away and fill up the feed for these animals. I'll also sell and return the unnecessary machines because I'll forget later, and the lease will cost me a lot of money. So the forage wagon, we have $5,244 in our account. Well, that won't be enough for much. I also made sure they can eat grass here, that I don't have to make hay because it'd be awkward. It could mess up our plans a bit because I don't think I even have the money to buy such bales. I can't, one bale costs 2,000. What could I feed with those 2 bales? Maybe 3 sheep, and there are 100 of them, so a lot will be needed. We'll see if it's even worth it. One problem I definitely see here is the small area for pellets to appear. Problems. Pallets will appear. Up here, 4 will appear, and then only every full hour more pallets will appear. And the question is, how many will there be? How many will there be? Because in this series with Girl Not Farming, we usually fast forward 3 days at a time and don't stand by the sell points moving pallets. But I don't know if we won't have to do that just to get everything spawned, because there's no other way. Only they could appear one on top of the other. So we can get lots of pallets here. I don't know why they don't do it, because if the pellets are there, we have to get them out. There's no such option. Not like with greenhouses, for example. With greenhouses, if there's no space, they appear later as soon as you take one. Or you can also make them appear manually, spawn them manually, and then just collect and sell them. So I don't know why it's not like that with animals, but in my opinion it could be. That's a strange thing in this particular case. And the last thing in this episode will be to feed these sheep completely. What I had. And I'm closing the silo. That's all for this episode. See you in the next. Welcome to another episode of 1 vs 1 on the flat map with Girl Not Farming. Of course, we're starting in the red again, even deeper than before. 28,200 this time, so I'm selling all the pallets I have here. My wretched rice pallets, which give almost nothing. I'll have to get rid of this, it's not profitable. This greenhouse was cheap, true, it only cost 3,000, but just not worth it anymore. Taking up space. I'll put something else there. Maybe in the next episode, maybe later, but I'll have to do it when I have the money. When I can afford to do it. Actually, I just thought that I could remove it and just make that area part of my farm to park my machines. But okay, we'll see. I sold all the pallets and we're down $1,000. I made good money on those pallets. I think the most came from the lettuce, so lettuce is a good thing. I'm taking my forage wagon from here because I accidentally blocked the spot where the sheep pallets appear. Okay, never mind, forget it. Here. I'm having some slight problems with this silo because I can't uncover it. I can't uncover this tarp. I took everything and I'll still have to struggle with this. But I collected everything I could. From the other side, I'll collect everything I can. Despite that, I couldn't open it any further. I don't know what happened. Something bugged out here. I had a really big problem with it. I'll even try to extract it properly and level the terrain later. Despite that, I couldn't empty it. Couldn't empty it, but you'll see. I'm just giving a spoiler because I really struggled with it. I even tried to buy a loader for the tractor. A front loader. Front loader with a bucket. Picking it up from the shop. Spent money to clean out the silo and I couldn't do it. Fortunately, a lot of silage in the silo went to waste. Okay, I'll send a worker to mow here now. Why am I not making straw? Okay, straw it is. Though I don't know when I'll have time to collect this straw because there's really too much work here. Because should be doing the collecting and so on for me, but unfortunately I don't have courseplay, so I can't turn it on. The worker is on it. I'll park the trailer here to try and load it, but just look at this, I can't grab it first of all. I don't know if this bucket isn't working or what's wrong with it for this silage. I'll keep trying to figure out how to get this out, but this silo has given me terrible problems. Look, I'm taking a bucket and we'll go check if we can load it with a bucket. I also turned on super sprint so I don't waste time. Can't load this silage here, if it even is silage and not just some kind of texture. Here either. I just can't load it, so well, unfortunately, I can't do anything. Alright, I've fast forwarded 15 minutes here to make it a full hour and for my sheep pallets to appear, so let's go sell them. Like I said in the last episode. I don't like that only 4 appear, but I have no choice. Okay, and look, now I've leveled the terrain here so that 100% nothing is left, no scraps. Can't be opened. Still can't be opened. So I really lost tens of thousands by taking that grass there instead of baling and wrapping it. Maybe you guys have an idea what really happened here? Because I have no idea. I don't know what's wrong with this silo. I also know you shouldn't collect from this silo with a forage wagon, but that doesn't matter here because as you can see, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work and can't be opened in any way. Okay, I'll turn it off. Oh, what am I saying? Turn what off? I'll attach the mower here and let's go mow because we're at a loss. A lot of silage, so now we have to make up for that loss. So I'm starting to mow and in this episode we might have to invest in a trailer. Not a trailer but a square baler. For square bales, for rectangular bales, large bales. For of course to complete the set. For now I'll just mark out a field like this. Let's drive through here again so it's not too big. Of course if it's too big I can always make it smaller. Fine anyway. But whatever, let's make it this big. And in this episode I know what I want to do. I need to earn money for a big tractor, one of the biggest ones. And buy or rather lease the biggest cultivator possible and we'll sow some beets. That's the plan. to save up for it because it will be expensive. Okay, we have one field harvested here, but the tank is full, so I'm going to sell it right away. I have nothing to do with this grain for now. I don't have any chickens, I don't have anything here that processes this grain, this wheat, into flour. Nothing like that. Farming has a mill. Oh, sorry, I spoiled it for you. No mill yet. She's going to build it in this episode. She's going to build that mill. So I've just revealed one thing that will happen in Girl Not Farming's episode. Saved up enough money and will buy a mill. Speaking of the future, that is. Speaking of the future, I know what she did. That's exactly how it'll be. What do I need here? Let's check out how the trucks look. Trucks are expensive, but I think we'll need one to go to the forest and bring back some wood. And a lot of wood. Although maybe not a truck. Necessarily a truck, because why buy a truck when I can buy a logging trailer? For the tractor, to attach the trailer to the tractor. The best solution here. Cheaper solution. During that time I won't be able to use my tractor for anything else. But I think I'll plan my game so that I won't need that tractor at that moment, because I'll need to use the one I'm currently harvesting and making windrows with. Of course, I'll remind you that if anyone wants to play on my map, my other maps, and with my mods, or rather my pack that I put together and share for you, check the description for a link to my Patreon. For my patrons, for my supporters, I give cool things like access to all the maps, tutorials, and so on. And there will be a completely free giveaway on Patreon soon, so you can also become a free patron. Sometimes there's info on what's going on. And there will be a giveaway for 100,000 subscribers. Items that I have to give away here. SteelSeries headphones, a SteelSeries keyboard, a mousepad, or maybe even two, a mouse and 2 copies of Farming. Farmings. Probably also throw in some free access to Patreon, of course, to encourage someone and so someone can play with me. And maybe in a while I'll also set up servers for my patrons. I'll make a server where patrons can play, for example on a flat map, and then you'll be able to play with more people. Could form a team, and there would probably be live streams from it, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm just thinking out loud. I planted trees, so let's grind them. Let's grind them, because we don't have much money left, unfortunately. And we need a lot of it. So yeah, we're doing this here quickly. We'll grind these trees and it should be fine. Able to secure ourselves quite nicely when it comes to finances. Although it's probably just for a while, because I need so much money for everything in this farming of mine on this one-on-one. Farming's building factories and I have nothing yet. I just have some sheep or some rams. What is this supposed to be? Thing on this. I have to come up with something because it's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough here. If Girl Not Farming starts producing tons of flour soon, maybe some bakeries, bread, who knows what else. So I really need to get a move on here. I really need to get a move on. This series won't be long, so soon it will turn out who did better. The 5th episode and I still have nothing. I have nothing. Planning to have probably 8 episodes of this series, so it's a pretty short one-on-one and we'll be judging who did better. Or rather, you will judge. Besides, you're already judging by watching both perspectives. I invite you to also watch Girl Not Farming's perspective, how things look on her end. Her commentary is a bit more pleasant to listen to. More pleasant commentary because I'm not the best at this yet. I'm still learning, I have less experience when it comes to the number of videos I've recorded for sure. The ones with voice commentary. At least here in farming. Well, because Girl Not Farming has already made over 30 such videos, and I've barely made 10, barely 10. I'm really just starting to do this, and I hope I'm getting better and better at it. Look, I'm selling my wood chips here, the ones I chopped from that tree. 44,000. 44,000 is pretty good, but not enough. We need more. So we'll have to figure something out here. I think we'll have to go to the forest and cut down some trees. Cut down some whole trees, just like Girl Not Farming does on her channel. Take the whole tree, maybe trim the branches and haul a load like that. And I'll also try to use a worker for this who will drive over there. Because in farming there's an option for a worker to drive to a destination we want. The perfect moment to use it and see if it works on a flat map. Should. Check it. I'll mark a spot somewhere nearby and he's off. He's going. Work. Perfect. In the meantime, I can unload the combine and the worker will be on site. I'll just cut the tree, load it and send him back towards the farm because it's quite a distance. It's some distance. So far away. So that it's not so simple and obvious. Because you know, you could plant trees right next to the sell point and sell them now. But that's going too far. That would be going too far. That's why we're cutting down these trees so far away. Why I don't plant trees right by the sell point, because that would be, well, too simple, too obvious, too fast. That would basically be an infinite amount of money. And really it wouldn't make any sense. Although a series like that, you could do a series like that, a very unrealistic series, and do all sorts of weird things, like infinite money from wood and from all such things. That's an idea. Could do something like that. I'll load this log here. I'll get the branches too, though they're not worth much now. The log itself is definitely worth the most, so it would be better to throw in 2 such logs, but for now, one like this and one such. One huge log like this is enough for me. A log, a whole 7-ton tree. Of course I'm lifting it with one hand because, you know, farmer strength, right? Farmers here have a lot of strength and 7 tons is nothing for them. What's a little piece like this? That's how much weight they carry on their watch. Yeah, my grandpa used to say he'd attach stones like that to his watch. That, you know, a 100-kilo stone, for example, he'd laugh and say, "Oh, I used to attach those to my watch when I was young, or when I was your age." Thing like that. Oh, my transport tipped over. What's going on? I'll strap it or it'll get away. Away. The trailer lost balance. Let's strap it down and it'll hold. Can't see. Have gathered, so maybe I'll just drive away a bit. Or... Okay, let it go, we'll sell it. Send it to the scrapyard. It'll go by itself. I'll have to mark it differently, something's in the way. Okay, full tank again, let's go sell it. It's a bit of a shame I don't have any mill here. A mill to use these grains in a better way. The wheat, to use it somehow better. But I think we'll do that in the future. For this episode I'd like to, well, maybe not earn enough for. The sugar mill. The sugar mill, I want one. I don't know if I've said this or just thought it, but I'm saying it now. To build a sugar mill, but I probably won't build it in this episode. maybe in the next one. And in this episode I just like to prepare the field and maybe sow it. I probably won't even sow it. The sugar mill is expensive. 240,000 I believe. Plan will probably be postponed from this episode to the next. To do with this silo. I think I'll just sell it. If it annoys me, I'll wait one more episode. If I still can't open it, I'm selling it and that's it. I'm selling it, not keeping it. I'll mark out the field right away. As you can see, I bought myself a proper tractor, proper equipment, and the worker finished harvesting the grain in the meantime, so I'll unload it all soon. For now, I'll just mark out the outline of the field. Just so it's ready here. I'll be filling it in while doing other things, because unfortunately I can't send a worker to do it, it's not possible. And don't mind that this field is a bit crooked. I'll straighten it out by painting with a brush, so it's not a problem. I don't know if you can use GPS like this without a defined... Can you use GPS while creating a field? I guess you can't use GPS. Not the standard one here in the game. I think you could use a GPS from mods like in FS22. I think you could znowu z minusem. I think you could do something like that, so the vehicle would just drive perfectly straight and create the field. Okay, let's get to painting so it looks decent. I don't like it when it's all jagged, so I always mark everything out to the most concave point. Here too. Well, it takes a bit. I'll plant grass here. Fortunately, grass costs money. As you can see, it's eating up some of my money, but at least it's not as expensive as landscaping. And I'll tell you, a series is coming soon where I spent a really huge amount of money on landscaping and on building various things on the terrain, and you couldn't see the effect of it at all. There was no visible effect that so much money was spent on it. Seriously, well, I won't tell you anymore, except that this series will most likely start on Saturday, both on the Polish channel and not only on the Polish channel and not only on my channel, so you can mark your calendars, so to speak, for watching episodes on 2 channels. I don't know which, even on 3. Still wants to watch my time lapses on not farming, but probably not. Polish viewers probably prefer to watch just on the Polish channel with commentary. Commentary isn't exactly perfect, but someone watches it, so I guess it's not that bad. I'm managing somehow. You can let me know if anything has improved since the previous episodes, or if it's getting worse. Of course, it also depends on when exactly I'm recording, because right now it's easy for me to talk, but today I recorded an episode right after I woke up. That was tough. Probably feel that in the episode. Oh, Angelica took her spot here. She sells wood chip. Well, she really tried hard in this episode. I can't deny that. It just reminded me that I have to load another tree when I saw her selling so many wood chips again. Our girl not farming is showing off here. She's making good money in this farming, so I need to catch up, sell a few logs. From what I know, Angelica really. Maybe not really, but she definitely moved a few trees like this. And that was 2 episodes ago. I was just holding back because I didn't want to do it. I didn't really like how it looked, falling a whole tree. You know, I have to keep up financially, so can. There was no ban, no agreement that we couldn't do it. So I'll do it too, since Angelica was already bringing those trees, so there's no point in limiting myself. This isn't a realistic series, as we know. Sell point is realistic for sure. The sell point is from the base map, so prices aren't inflated. No gold market yet, unless there is. Maybe there is, but it's not available. Unless it's out, but I don't have it yet. Minusem. I know some sell everything or something was supposed to be available soon, so I'll have to look around before the next series downloads some new mods. And now let's finish here, or rather let's do 2 or 3 passes on this field so it starts taking shape. Minusem. So that it gets bigger and more prepared for planting something. And by something I mean sugar beets, because we're going to build a sugar mill. We'll build a sugar mill in the next episode, I think. Will probably be hard to achieve that in the next episode too. Where will I get that much money? I also heard that a small loan will be needed in this episode, and I agreed to it to apply for such a loan here. Because Girl Not Farming will need a little funding for the grain mill, so to be fair, we'll both take the same loan. It will probably be a loan of about 80,000 in this episode. We'll pay it back later. That's the goal, but we'll see how it goes. At least it'll be fair. First is that it's fair, because I'll have 80,000 to use and the same amount of debt. Farming will also have 80,000 to use. So she will definitely build that grain mill in this episode. I'm building greenhouses, the biggest. I found out, by the way. I found out from FS Master, I should mention. I found out that these greenhouses, the ones you see here, the ones with the foil, are cheaper than the glass ones. Like the one I also have here, but they produce the same amount. A large greenhouse. One. The price difference is $10,000, but production's identical. The production is identical, so I overpaid for that one glass greenhouse. I paid $27,000 for it. Equivalent of that greenhouse costs about 16, but not glass, just foil. Simply foil. Oh, okay, I just checked how much a sugar mill costs and it's 240,000. 240,000 I said. That's what a sugar mill needs. And a grain mill is 288,000. What Girl Not Farming plans to buy? I'm taking out a loan right away. 1,000 because I need the money now. Angelica's gonna take it anyway, so I took it a bit earlier. And we're buying a seeder, seeds, and I'm sending a worker there so that at least the part of the field I've already prepared is sown to get it done faster, because it's already 24 minutes into the episode and I'm only just starting to sow this field. It's not even ready yet. So for this episode, I don't know if I'll manage or if I'll have to finish it in the next one. So subscribe to see the next episode and what happens there. Thumbs up and a nice comment. I invite you to check out the link from Steel Series. Check out what interesting things Steel Series has in the description. I'm working with them on the 100,000 subscriber giveaway. Information on exactly what to do to win will be posted soon. I know that 100,000 was a while ago. We're almost at 101, but don't worry, you won't miss the prizes. Them. Oh, I must have dozed off at the wheel a bit and drove a little crooked, but you'll have to forgive me. So accidentally turned off my, what's it called? not the autopilot I just turned off. Thing that just keeps the speed I set. Start the worker again here, and I think that's it for this episode. That's it for this episode. I'll finish this at the start of the next one, and then we'll fast forward time. So, see you in the next episode. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. On the flat map 1 vs 1 with Girl Not Farming. This is the 6th episode, and we're continuing the work from the last one, because, as you know, I didn't finish making bales, creating the field, or sowing beets on it. So we have to finish it so we can fast forward time in this episode for everything to grow. Of course, if you're not subscribed yet, and most people watching probably aren't, you can click that button, turn it from red to gray. You can also click the bell, whatever you like. Alright, I'm baling here. We've got quite a lot of it. I'm making square bales. I'm making square bales to wrap everything with the square bale wrapper this time. We'll test out this method. Maybe it's a bit faster. I don't know, I'm not sure, but it seems to me that it should be faster with larger quantities. So we'll see. We won't compare it exactly, but we'll get a rough idea. Of course, as it just appeared on your screen. If you want to play on this map, I make maps available to my patrons, including this one, and other maps will be released too. And of course mod packs too. Check out what you need there. Oh, and one more announcement here. In the description and in the link in the comments you have the SteelSeries website, or rather the page with SteelSeries products. I also encourage you to check out what they have, as they're helping me with a giveaway for 100,000 subs on the Not Farming channel, my main channel. Participate, be sure to check out what cool stuff they have. So, they'll see that the viewers are interested and there will be more giveaways like this. So, it's a win-win situation for you to check them out. You'll know what you can win and what cool things you can buy from them. And of course, the giveaways will be more frequent. The field is done. You can send a worker here to finish sowing properly. Him sow as he was, and then I'll just fix his mistakes because he's sure to miss something. Because there was grass there before and now there isn't, so he'll leave that spot unfinished. Okay, let's make some bales. So there's less left to do here. I'll do everything bit by bit, piece by piece as always. I see Girl Not Farming has a lot of bales in her field. And we also need to make some wrapped square bales here, so we're not at a loss, so we have a chance in this one-on-one matchup. Because it's one-on-one. Let's not forget, there should be some competition between us here, so we'll see how it turns out at the end of the series. Who developed everything better here, and who's in a better financial situation. Alright, so the beets are being sown, We'll definitely have to fix up this field after the worker, but for now let him drive. And I'll continue making bales. I have a plan to wrap these bales in a moment. As for the silo that was causing problems in the last episode, well, I found out that these problems are common and it's not just something that didn't work for me. It's just some kind of bug in farming, and when will they fix it? Who knows? Who knows when they'll fix it? From what I know, this happens often. So we have almost the whole field done here. Just 2 more passes. If there's nothing else hidden at the end of the field, then 2 passes and we're done. The worker with the seeder isn't working anymore. He quit, finished his work, because he decided there was nothing more to do here. Like I said, this middle part wasn't visible to him before. Because I set up the worker when grass was still growing in the middle, and we created the field in this spot, so this isn't a worker bug, it's more my fault. My fault for starting to sow while still creating the field. But it was faster this way, it was faster. Besides, you can see that now I just have to finish this middle part and I don't have to use the seeder anymore. And time plays a big role here, because we want to fast forward time in this episode. So, just as you see, we have to do all this, we have to get it done. Oh, and by the way, I think I fixed that one thing I often had problems with, the terrain loading. Ugly terrain loading, because the rows in the field don't suddenly pop in anymore. How did I fix it? I have no idea. That's what I wanted to tell you. Alright, I'll park the seeder somewhere here so it's not in my way. I don't know where I'm going, but okay, we'll squeeze in here somehow. We'll push it and demolish 2 greenhouses in the process. Okay, maybe I'll push it like this. No, not really. It's a bit heavy, but luckily we have super strength, so it worked. Alright, do we need... Yes, we definitely need a wrapper, because that other wrapper isn't for square bales, more rectangular than square. So we wrap. I wonder if this works faster. I wonder if making square bales is actually faster than round ones. I'm not sure, I'm really not sure. Maybe it would be if you were wrapping bales. Sorry, not bales, but square bales. The 240 ones. I think you can wrap the 240 ones. These are 220s from what I know, and the wrapper is also for 220. We'd have to do a comparison of how much time you can save by making square bales instead of round bales. So maybe it's an interesting idea for a comparison, but never mind. Let's get back to making our square bales for now. Account balance $50,716. That's not enough for me. I'd like to, in this episode, I'd like to build the sugar factory. I'd like to build a sugar factory, and the sugar factory is 240,000. 240,000, so we'll have to go a little crazy with these wood chips. Besides, we're going to be fast forwarding, so during the fast forward, the money will shrink even more. The account balance will shrink even more. So it's not looking good, not good at all. We'll definitely be starting in the red again. To cut down some trees and make wood chips. And somehow save up that 240,000, we'll see. We'll see if we can do it. I think that even if we manage, I'll hold off on that purchase until the next episode, but we'll see. We'll save up the money and then we'll think. First, we need money, and this field hasn't grown yet. There's nothing there yet, and I won't have time to harvest it in this episode, because we'll need the whole episode to harvest these beets for the beet harvest. Harvest more than reaping. I don't know if you reap beets, I don't think so, It seems to me it's more of a harvest. Do you see how these bales shoot out from under the machine? I don't know why it's like that sometimes, but it happens if I get too close to the next one, to the next bale, to the next block. I don't know if you call them bales. Are these bales? They're square bales, but are they bales? I think they are. Well, it even says square bale. Square bale in English, so quadrato bale. Probably correct. It's probably correct. I'm not talking nonsense here. Also, no one has corrected me in the comments yet for calling them bales when they're not. So they probably are bales, just square ones, as it says in the game for the baler. Okay, we've got most of it done here. Most of our bales are wrapped. There's quite a lot. We'll definitely need a self-loading bale trailer, which is probably more expensive than a regular round bale trailer. Although I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's not more. Wrapper is definitely more expensive. That wrapper is expensive, but the collecting trailer itself is probably the same. It's as expensive as a regular round bale trailer. One without autoload, of course, because autoload isn't working yet. I tested this mod with FS Master, and the autoload doesn't work. Pop up and it doesn't work. We're fast forwarding time, as you can see, $31,824. I'll check if this silo here has sorted itself out. And of course it hasn't. Why would it? I can collect some leftovers here, but I still can't open it. I'll try from the other side. I collected some leftovers here too. It's not working. It can't be opened. Still can't be opened, so I'll just sell it later and get some extra money. Actually, I could have sold it right away, but never mind that. Okay, I'll load these pallets here. Pallets. An ideal gigantic trailer for hauling pallets. I know, but I like it. I use it in every series. It's small, but I can fit a lot in here. Have to stack it well. Okay, the rice pallet. My beautiful, wonderful rice pallets that are worth almost nothing. I hate these pallets. Why haven't I? Why haven't I sold this factory greenhouse yet? I have to do it in the next episode. I'll leave it for this episode. Produce, but in the next episode we're making a change. A change to our greenhouses here. See how beautifully I stack the pyramid? Pyramid. Tower. Tower. It's not a pyramid. Oh dear. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That will be cut out. Still minus $107 in the account. So we've earned a lot. We earned a lot for these few pallets. What was in there? Mostly mushroom and that wool. The wool is probably the most expensive. Okay, let's load these pallets now, which will give us a nice profit. See how I'm stacking them to the millimeter? It can't be crooked. It can't be crooked because my structure will fall over and everything will spill out. Now I can just stack them any old how. No, just kidding. I'm not going to stack them any old how. More will fit if I stack it nicely. If I just threw them in, nothing would come of it. Okay, yes, it's not. It's not full. We didn't use the full potential of this trailer here. Oh, do you see girl not farming over there, working with the bean harvester? For peas? For peas. I think she was doing something with peas. Okay. You see a trailer for square bales. Rectangular. Rectangular bale. Square. Square has equal sides and this is a rectangle. Collect and I still have 36,000, so we had about 40 in total and 4,000 went to lease this trailer. Pretty cool. Nice. Not like doing it by hand, so that's good. I think we'll have 2 such transports here with 14 bales each. 14 bales, and for those 14 bales we get over 29,000, almost 30, so that's quite a lot. I think these bales are a bit bigger than usual. Not square bales, but round bales. I don't know how much a regular round one weighs and how much a square one does. You probably know, so you can write in the comments if 220 square, rectangular, not square bales are more expensive than round bales. $150s for round bales because that's the medium size and this is also the medium size, so it's interesting. I haven't made a comparison, I don't know how it looks. As you saw in the background, Girl Not Farming is collecting bales, but she doesn't have an automatic trailer yet. She's collecting them by hand. Can you believe she'd do? I really don't know. Well, I think we're doing better here compared to our opponent. If she's collecting bells by hand, she must be short on cash. It all probably went on that harvester. For those peas. Or whatever she's sowing there. Sowed. She's sowed in this episode because now she'll be mowing everything for sure. We'll see how it goes for her, I don't know. I don't spy on her too much, so I don't know. But what I want to do for sure is bring some wood. Because I want to collect at least 124,000. So I'll send a worker to the forest to bring back an illegal tree from the border. Well, illegal. Well, this map is entirely, or rather, half mine. So this forest is also mine, so I'm cutting from my own forest. So it's legal. As you can see, everything has grown here. Beets. But we still have a lot of baling to do here. I think I'll buy myself an XL rake soon. One possible to make it go faster. I don't want to leave this straw on the field because it's still some money and every penny counts here. So we'll take a big rake and make windrows here, and only then will I start baling. Because who wants to struggle with these scattered windrows? It's better to rake 3 into 1 and that's it. Perfect. This rake will gather everything here. I know this tractor might be a bit overkill for this, but it was the one available, so we're using it. I don't have to save fuel, so it's not a problem. No problem, we won't run out. Okay, you see, one field will be raked in 3 passes like this. And the third. And then we can start collecting, but I think I'll do the other one right away. Or not. First, I'll do some baling so it's not boring. I'll change tasks more often so it's not boring. This is my favorite thing. Annoying people by not finishing one job and already moving on to the next. I have a bit of ADHD, right? That's what viewers wrote in the comments on not farming, but I think it makes it more interesting. But maybe it's a bit more chaotic, but there's a greater purpose to it. The goal is to make it more interesting to watch. Interesting and not so boring, because if I happen to do one boring task for a very long time, I think the viewers would go crazy and turn off the episode. I'll cut down this one tree here. I think I'll try to load it as it is, whole. Let's see what happens. Do I have to cut any branches? I guess I have. I think I have to cut something here. Or do I not? No, I don't. It's holding. Good. Let's take 2 at once. You probably get more money if you cut off the branches. And the central log is cleaner. I have to do this as fast. Oh, the tree even jumped from the excitement, so I'll pack this on top. It somehow fit in there. It's not like I'm hauling 15 tons of whole trees on a trailer and loaded them by hand. Not at all. Not at all. You imagined it. Nobody saw that. The worker will get there. Well, as for the super strength, maybe it's a slight abuse with this kind of. It is an understatement. Kind of loading of whole trees onto a trailer. But remember, this is not a realistic game. We're just playing in the same style here. It's more about both people playing the same way. So for example, it's not that one person tries to play realistically and the other person loses because of it, or rather gains from it, because the other person plays realistically. It has to be equal, so unrealistic and unrealistic. As you can see, I just sold that silo that wasn't working for me and filled in the hole. I painted over the concrete with grass, and now I have $146,230. If it weren't for that silo, I'd be about 100,000 ahead. So that silo caused us some losses because all the silage in it was wasted, as I couldn't get it out. And money was also wasted on 50% of the silo's value, because we sell for about 50%, unfortunately. So I'm down several tens of thousands. Maybe not 100,000, maybe not 100,000, because there wasn't that much silage inside, but I definitely lost money. Okay, let's sell this wood. I'm going to the sell point. Here's the sell point. 15,000 for 2 trees. So that's nice. A quick cash injection. And now what will I do? I'll plant more trees to grind. I need a lot of trees to grind. I'll grind it all and sell it to make as much money as possible. Like I said, I need a lot of money for the sugar mill. For the sugar mill. Parts. 3 parts. I'm getting tongue-tied. How can you listen to this? I don't know. Parts. That's what I wanted to say. Parts, and we put it all in. I've already developed a technique for these trees. For these straight, nice trees here. I put in 3 parts at once, and I can actually put them all in at once, and they grind even better. This machine pulls them in nice. So we cut everything into 3 parts. What's my problem with that word? What's up today? I don't know. You viewers will stop watching me when you hear all my slips of the tongue. Okay, another tree. We'll cut it into 3 pieces again. I managed to say it this time. Good. Yes. One goes in, the second goes in, and the third goes in too, and everything grinds without any problems. I won't add any more here because the trailer is full and I don't want to overuse the tank in. Infinite tank in the wood chipper, because it looks bad. Although I know I used to do that. I'm sorry, but that's how it was. I won't lie, it was. I used to overuse that tank, but I don't do it anymore. I don't like it. Now I can load a little less onto the trailer. Although as you can see, it's still pouring from that infinite tank. Because 2 such trees I think are enough to fill this trailer. And here I loaded a bit more, but we already have 200,000 almost. 197,000, so we should be able to make 240,000 or even more without a problem. And that's very good. That's very good for my plan. Although this plan is starting to appeal to me a little less now when it comes to buying it in this episode. But the option of buying it in the next episode is more appealing. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't buy some greenhouses temporarily first. Like a waiting period. I'd want to sell them later and use the money to just buy the factory. I think that would pay off. It's probably not worth it because I'd sell the greenhouses for a lower price, for 50% of the price. But the question is, will they earn enough to pay for themselves? Exactly, it seems like they won't pay for themselves that quickly. Although I still have to think about it, I have to calculate it properly. The greenhouses pay for themselves in about 3 months. I'll skip 3 months, so they should earn that much, and then I'll sell them, so I'll get back half the money. I could buy a sugar factory, a sugar mill. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea. You can write in the comments if it's a good idea. And I'll keep thinking about it here. In the meantime, as you can see, I've started finishing up these rows here, these bigger ones, so I don't have to drive 100 times and bale single rows, but rather combine ones of 2 or 3. Done. Let's go get the baler. Or maybe I'll first collect what's on this first field. That's a good idea. Maybe I can put a worker on some sowing here. Nah. I'm not sowing anything for now. For now, I'll just leave it. For now, it's stubble, but something will be here. I promise you. And let's keep making these bales. Our square bales. Square bales. It's much more convenient to do it with a baler like this. With such a baler for square bales. If you're still watching and not subscribed, well, it's probably time to change that, so click that red subscribe button. Depends on what language you have set, and then you won't miss the next episodes. And I'll remind you again to check the description for the link to the partner of my 100,000 subscriber giveaway, the Steel Series store. To their products and see what they have to offer. Maybe you'll like something, maybe you'll be lucky and win it in the 100,000 giveaway, which will be announced, and soon you'll find out how to do everything to get something. What you have to do actually. So be patient. It will be a giveaway for 100,000 and for Christmas. Something in between. An occasion after St. Nicholas's Day, but before Christmas. I think everything will be sent out by Christmas, and everyone will receive their gift, their prize from the giveaway, if you can call it a prize. Because it won't really be a lottery or anything like that. I'll be choosing based on comments on Patreon, most likely, so you'll have to become a free patron, because there's that option there too. So you can go there right away, create an account or log in with Google. And then you won't miss this contest, this giveaway, because there will definitely be email notifications. Because when I add a post, I can check a box to have it show up for you, so you'll just get an email notification that there's a new post, and if it's the giveaway, that's when you'll see it. Maybe I should also use this to publish information about a new video being added, but I think that's probably a worse idea, because it would annoy people, And when something important happens, I can just add a post there and everyone will get a notification. So it's perfect for a giveaway. Let's get on with these bales. There's not much left, so I think I'll finish it now in one go, and then I'll have to collect and sell them, because we have 265,000. Maybe we can get to 300, maybe we'll hit 300 with these bales. Although no, straw isn't worth that much. Straw isn't worth that much, so it won't be 300. Unless we bring another trailer of wood chips here, or some whole trees. Trees from the forest, straight from the forest. The border, smuggled from the border. Enough baling. I'll park it some. I finally have to make something here. Some nice, I don't know. You know, make the area look nice. Not all scattered and placed by the fence like I have it. Oh, I checked how it looks when it comes to selling. I wanted to find out, because I didn't know back when I was recording this, that you only get half the value of a given building when you sell it. This is exactly what I was talking about, that I was wondering whether to build a lot of greenhouses, with all the money I've saved up, and then just sell them, and sell everything that's collected in them, and whether that would turn a profit. I'm not sure if it will be profitable, but I think it should be. It should be for half the value. It all depends on how many months I skip, so we'll see. We're not skipping any in this episode for now, but maybe at the start of the next one I'll buy greenhouses and then we'll skip. But that's all for today, so I'll see you in the next episode. Hello there, welcome to another episode of the 1 vs 1 on a flat map series with Girl Not Farming. First I'll sell the bales I made at the end of the last episode but didn't finish. I didn't sell them, so now we've sold everything. And I have a plan. I thought of last episode. I'll buy greenhouses with this 288,000. I'll buy the greenhouses to earn some money when I fast forward, and then I'll sell them. And with the money I made from the greenhouses and the money I get back from selling them, I'll just buy the factory, the sugar mill, the sugar factory. Fast forwarding a day. We'll fast forward a day so everything grows. So I figured this would be a way to preserve the value of this money and to earn extra for all the fees I have here. I'm not sure if my idea will work, but we'll see. We'll check it out. I'll attach the seeder so it's waiting. It'll be here on the field, ready to sow after fast forwarding time. First, I'll take this trailer because I'll be in the red and probably buy a lot. Angelica's running over to see what we're doing. I'm fast forwarding through days, no, months, because it's months, not days in this case. And as you can see, the deficit is very large. After 3 days, I'm down 110,000. That's a lot. Luckily, I bought this trailer earlier. I bought the pallet trailer earlier, so I won't have to struggle with my little trailer here. And now for the worst part, loading all this by hand. Loading this by hand, autoload's broken. At least that's what I thought then. But I won't spoil too much. We'll know soon. For now, let's get to loading all of this. The time-lapse looks nice and fast. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Looked a bit different during the recording and live at times 1 speed, not 400%, like here. Of course, if you're not subscribed yet, I think this is the best moment to leave a sub. Leave a sub for my brilliant ideas here on how to preserve value, how to actually make money, on money I don't want to spend yet, on what I ultimately want to buy. So I put it all into greenhouses and we'll see if it pays off. It should pay off. According to my calculations, it should pay off even though we sell the greenhouses later at a 50% discount, really. The price. But the greenhouses produce for 3 months, so they most likely produced enough for it to be profitable, and it should be quite profitable. We'll see. Remember that minus 110,000 was the initial amount, and in the previous episode we had 288,000 that I wanted to keep. So if it weren't for these greenhouses, the deficit would probably be a bit smaller, but let's say it was minus 80,000 and I started with 288. So if I started with 288, I'd have 200 left. Let's see how much I can collect here in this episode. They're selling everything from the greenhouses and selling the greenhouses themselves, because I'll be selling them too, of course, to buy a beet factory, a sugar factory. What beets? I'll be putting beets in there. I also sent a worker to start sowing. I wondered why it wasn't working, but you know why? Big deficit in my account bothered me. And for a moment I was wondering what was wrong. Why can't I hire a worker? Is something broken again in Farming 25? Honestly, it didn't surprise me at all, and I just left it and said, okay, I'm not doing this now, it's not working. Too bad. Luckily, it's not another farming bug, but my mistake. Minus 110,000 in the account. Yes, exactly, so I created the problem for myself here. But we're already at 27 in the plus, so we've already made almost 140,000 on these pallets alone. Another transport is coming. We'll see what the final result is. Was it a good idea? I can see it was a good idea, because if those pallets gave so many thousands, over 100,000, well, these pallets here will now bring in another really large sum of money. What I invested in these greenhouses will have paid for itself. Yes, 130,000. So before it was down 110, now it's up 130. 240,000 total. The greenhouses cost 280. No, actually 260,000. 260,000. I spent, and now I'll get back, in addition to those 240,000, half of their value, which is another 120,000. So we made about 100 and something thousand on this operation. Is perfect for covering the leases and all the fees we have here. I bought a harvester, I got carried away. I bought a beet harvester, the biggest one, to make it go fast. And now I'm taking a trailer that's been tuned by FS Master. Tuned because it has a capacity of 120,000 liters. Tuning here, but you know, to make everything more enjoyable, you sometimes have to help yourself out like this. As you can see, we have 90,000 in the account and I need 240. I need 240 because unfortunately I'll have to buy that greenhouse. Not the greenhouse. We'll sell the greenhouse, but the factory. Factory, the sugar mill exactly. Okay, we'll get to the selling soon. For now, let the beets accumulate here. The tank isn't full yet anyway, so I won't haul it for now. Pallets to sell here. Different ones, separate from those greenhouses I invested in at the last minute. Here we still have wool and more pallets from the greenhouses. The greenhouses I already had in the previous episode. So I'm not counting them in this test, but let's remember it was 90,000 before this. 1,000 plus those other greenhouses. We'll see how it turns out, but since I spent 260 on them, 130 will come back. So like I said, 130 will be profit. Pallets here too. And speaking of this universal autoload. Well, it does work. Turned out later. I don't know if I knew it then or found out later. But when loading one of the last pallets, I noticed under F1 I had a start automatic loading option or something with Shift R. And I did them all. Oh, this is the moment. That's when I noticed it. And I've been loading everything by hand until now. So many greenhouses, so much I loaded. 10 minutes of the episode just loading. I only found it at the end. Okay, we have the first full tank and 195,000 in the account, so another 100,000 from those pallets just now. So we really almost have enough for that harvester. I sold most of the greenhouses here, I still kept some. So we have more money anyway, so we won't count it exactly. But as I say, half the value is the sale price, so 240,000 plus 100 what? 120. We made 360,000 from 288,000. And I didn't even sell everything. So it's perfect. Peace. Just as I said before. The factory is up, ready for production, but I'll decorate it a bit more here, to make it look a little better. To decorate more on my map here, but there will be time for that. I know it's the penultimate episode. As I said, 8 episodes, unless I didn't tell you. I mentioned there'd probably be 8 episodes. I recall so. But this is the second to last episode, so we'll have to polish up this farm so it looks nice, so you can judge at the end who did better, who made a better farm. Although it doesn't really matter that much, but you'll probably have fun judging. So yeah, leave a sub of course, if you haven't done so yet. I'll be repeating this often because I'd like to get to 1,000 subs. I'm a bit short, so I encourage you. I'd really be grateful. 100,000 on the main channel, not even 1,000 here. So yeah, it's a bit weak here. I have to ask for subs and maybe you'll leave one. But let's get to the shopping. As you can see, I bought myself an automatic mower with making. Automatic. and a mower that makes windrows automatically. You don't need to make extra windrows, so I'll save a lot of time on that. What's this grass? I think I'll make bales out of it, or it will be for the animals. My sheep still have plenty of food, since I didn't buy that many. Because there aren't that many of them, I loaded quite a lot of grass and they haven't eaten it yet. The worker here is having some slight problems, I see. I got too close, he was stuck. They make weird turns. I don't know who gave them a driver's license here. You probably don't need a license for this, but I'm kidding. Of course I know why they do that. It's just supposed to be so that they don't leave the field. And it's done. By the way, on the subject of workers, question for you. I'll unload here, but I have a question. Do you also think that in this farming game you should be able to choose a worker? By choose, I mean choose between what was in 22 and what is now. So that, for example, if you're doing a very simple field and you just want the worker to go straight and finish it like in 22. So you start a row, you press A each and he goes. Not that he has to start somehow, generates routes something. He would just drive and do it like in 22. That is, row by row, just like before. Great to have an option to choose this worker or the one from 22. Because I, for example, would like something like that because this worker often gets in my way here. I do half the field, I don't use GPS. Then the worker suddenly starts up and must begin elsewhere, because that's how his route is generated. Well, here's an extra little topic I remembered that I wanted to bring up with you. Full yet? No, it's not full, still a lot to go. The worker is practicing some turns here again. Will he mow it? Will he leave? They drive so strangely. And I noticed that in 22 you would destroy beets by driving over them. But here in 25, even if crop damage is on, driving a tractor over the beets doesn't destroy them. So that's an interesting fact. I was wondering with FS Master why it's like that. Maybe it's because the beets are actually underground, so maybe it didn't make much sense that you destroyed them by driving over the leaves, like in 22. I don't know, it's my theory. I'll mow the last rows of grass here. For now, I think that's enough mowing. Let's move on to selling this greenhouse, which I don't want to have anymore. I'll put grass here. And the next thing I want to do is make wood chips. Making wood chips. Gotta earn some money. We barely have $500 in our account, so I need to earn more quickly, or my workers will stop working because I'm in the red. So, the planted trees, we cut them, we cut and grind, cut and grind. I'm not sure what month it was in our game at that moment, because as you can see I have the counter enlarged in the top right corner, so it looks better on video, so you can see it more clearly. Because the month doesn't really matter much for me, since the view is locked to 1 month anyway. Let's enlarge it. And you see the negative balance on our account has grown to minus $2,405. So the workers have already quit their jobs and are standing still. They're waiting. Or rather, the machines are standing and waiting for the workers to come back, because they said they don't work for free and won't work on credit, so to speak. As you can see, the trees are being chipped very quickly because I'm packing them in several at a time. This is a method I've worked out for myself and it's going quite fast. Sometimes I can't aim because of these leaves. These leaves are in my way. I can't see where I'm putting the log, but it's very fast. Very fast. Really, this is the best way. Probably the best way to make money here in Farming Simulator. Trees normally grow for a long time. It also depends on how you play, what your playstyle is, whether you play realistically, not quite realistically, or not realistically at all. But if someone wants to play for pleasure, and for them pleasure means a faster game, not doing everything very slowly like it would be normally. Then this is a good way to make money. Besides, you also wrote in the comments to plant trees, chip them, and just sell the wood chips. Speaking of selling, actually, here it won't be selling but delivering to the factory. I need to deliver beets to the factory, but before I deliver them, I'll build asphalt roads everywhere here. I'll decorate it a bit. Like I said, I want to decorate everything at the end of this series, and this is the second to last episode, so I need to start decorating. Okay, I'll drive up to the field right away, let it wait here, and let's keep building roads, Maybe I'll plant some more trees here soon. Oh, I'd prefer concrete here. The asphalt there felt wrong. Okay, let's get to mowing the grass for now. We'll plant the trees later, or maybe even in the next episode. We'll see how it goes with time, because there are a lot of things to do here. There's really a lot to do. We're already more than halfway through the episode, so I'll have to bale and wrap everything. Actually, it's one action because it wraps right after baling, so that's good. Actually, no. Actually, it won't wrap right away, because I want to make square bales here, rectangular ones. Rectangular. Sorry. Of course, from the infinite tank in my wood chipper. An infinite tank, so we're pouring it all out. That's why it's so slow. That's also why the money from it is so good, because there's just a lot of space in this trailer and wood chipper. The worker has finished sewing here. We take everything and park it. Park in the lot. As you can see, the pallets are still here. But I'm not selling them because they're not worth it at all, so I didn't even bother to collect them. Let's start making bales. It's a lot, but this baler is fast. I need to do a comparison, like I said in the next episode, to see which way of making bales is faster. Making 150 cm round bales, or maybe 220 cm ones, and then wrapping them. I'll have to compare it and we'll see. Another tank from our machine from our beet harvester. So the factory is slowly filling up. It's slowly filling up. How much will this sugar make? I don't know how it works here. I only know that it's supposedly profitable. So FS Master said. We'll see. We'll see if he didn't trick me. Let's keep going with these bales. I'm jumping between tasks as usual. You're probably used to it. In general, you can write in the comments what you think of this series, how this series went. What do you think? How's my commentary? Is it any better? Anyone wants to play on this map? Then check out my Patreon. If someone doesn't want to become a patron, I mean a paid patron, there's also a free tier and you can just follow. Sometimes something appears for that tier too, so I encourage you to check it out. Something interesting is coming to the free tier soon, namely a post on the 100k subscriber giveaway. Because this weekend I'd like to start creating a post where you'll have to write something. What exactly to write, because there won't be any special actually, what exactly to write? Well, it will just be specified exactly. Convince me that I should give this mouse or that something to you, or that farming game, for example, because there will be farming games to give away too. Additionally, you'll have to write which country you're from, because that's important for shipping. Think that on this channel everyone is here anyway. Not all Poles live in Poland, so you'll also need to write down the country. Just a post will simply appear there with the information. But I'll also add a video here specifically about the giveaway, so for now I'm just dropping this little tidbit for you. And now the decoration. Time to decorate. I'll plant a few trees here because GIRLNOTFARMING already has some, and mine is so ugly and empty. Map like a standard one. There's nothing here, so we're planting trees. Maybe I'll put some like these here. Oh, I'll plant one here too. Why should I limit myself? Colorful. Some kind of hedge would be useful here, something like that. Yes, some bushes. They're planted a bit crooked, but they now separate my parking lot from the store's parking lot and my sell point. I'll mark my sell point like this, so it's concrete. Actually asphalt, because this is asphalt. I'll dirty up this asphalt a bit and it should look nice. And by the way, I accidentally used the wrong mud. I used the animal mud, the animal sand, the animal soil actually. But never mind, I've already fixed it all, so it's all good. Continuing with baling, making rectangular bales. And like I said, I'll have to wrap all of this. I think I'll even wrap it all in this episode. Unless I save it for next time. We'll see, we'll see. I know one thing is for sure in this episode. 100% I won't manage to harvest all the beets. Well, unless some miracle happens and I manage, but I just don't see it. This field's quite big. There are lots of beets too. And the harvester, even though it's the biggest one, isn't super turbo fast. There's a lot left and the harvester is stopped. I must unload it. Okay, let's unload this load. This trailer could hold almost 4 such loads. 3 loads. Quite 3 loads. Tanks, rather. I'm already driving to deliver it, so it doesn't sit on the trailer. The tractor will also have it a bit easier, as if that mattered. Let's watch for a moment how the worker is doing. Yes, he's managing the turns quickly now. The headlands that were a bit problematic for him. Okay, so let him do his thing, and I'll continue what I started and haven't finished. For the 100th time, really. Baling again, but the end is already in sight. I've done most of it. I have 2 more passes left here. Get to it, let's get to it. It's going really fast. Leave a sub if you haven't subscribed yet. As you can see on the screen now, you have to click that button, turn it gray, and you can also write a nice comment. Write anything in the comments, I'll see it. I'll see that someone is interested, engaged, and still watching at the 25th minute. Oh, if you're watching at this minute, you can write a comment so I'll know. What should I have you write? Maybe beats or you beat. Oh! Or no, YouTube might hide it. No, I think ubeat will pass. You can write ubeat and I'll know you're at the 25th minute. Unless YouTube deletes them. But I doubt it. It's not an insult at all. YouTube won't get it. So you can write ubeat. And I'm making the last pass here to collect and make these bales. I'll have to get the wrapper. We'll see, maybe I can wrap them in this episode. Partially yes. Wrappers wait. I'll sell this. Actually, I'll return the first trailer I had from the very beginning. I'll unload this beet harvester too, because it's almost full. Almost full from what I can see. I wonder what Girl Not Farming is up to on her side, I don't know. I can't see a thing here. I'm moving too I wasn't paying any attention to what she was doing, but I'll plant some trees here before wrapping these bales. So I think I'll have to leave the wrapping for the next episode. Like I said before, I wasn't sure if it would work out, because this is a good time to sell wood chips too. Wood. Oh, a cedar appeared, so we know what Girl Not Farming is doing. Girl Not Farming wants to plant something with a bigger cedar. I don't know if she bought a planter or a cedar. Check her perspective to see what she did. I'm uploading these episodes a bit late, unfortunately, so you've probably already watched on her channel, but I couldn't manage the commentary. It's really not that easy for me yet. I tried to make it reasonably cool, and I also didn't want to force myself to record it earlier, when I just didn't feel up to recording voice commentary. At least the wood chipping is going well for me, so I'm not complaining, just chipping this wood. Making wood chips. 80,000 in the account now. I wonder what the final is. I wanted to earn enough not to go into the red. I could buy some greenhouses. Well, in that case I can even go into the red, but I'll just make it back very easily. And as I said, we won't be able to wrap these bales in this episode because Angelica is already waiting here to end the episode for me to finally sell this. This selling will take a while, so she has to wait a bit longer. She's got it all handled. Oh, I see in the top right corner that the worker's tank is full, meaning our beet harvester's tank is full. So we have things to do next episode. We have to unload it, we have to finish this field. And that would be all for this episode. We have 227,000 in our account. I invite you to watch the next episode. That's it for today. Leave a sub. Hello there! Welcome to another episode, the last episode of this series, which is 1 versus 1 on a flat map with Girl Not Farming. Of course, we're starting with what I didn't finish in the previous episode, which is collecting the rest of the beets and taking them to the sugar mill. I'll start by unloading the harvester, of course, so the worker can continue his job. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do it right now. We're getting closer to 1000, so it would be great if you subscribed. Alright, I'm already pouring one load into the factory. I wonder how much sugar will be produced during the time I skip. I'll fix this up a bit, because I went over while creating the field. I also painted some grass here to make everything look nice. Take the smallest tractor, that'll do, and the bale wrapper for square bales. So we're wrapping these bales. I see Angelica is also wrapping bales behind the fence right now. So we're at a similar stage of work. That's very good. At least we're not falling too far behind, but you'll judge how it looks at the end. Who won this duel? We won't compare directly who has earned how much money, because we'd have to look at it very generally due to the fact that all this money is invested. It's more about who developed their farm better, not who has more money in their account, because that would just be pointless. The wrapping is going quite fast. Angelica is sewing something too. From what I saw, I think she wanted to sew some carrots, but I don't know what she ultimately sewed in the last episode. I'll have to unload the beads again soon, because the tank is at 80%, so it will be full in a moment. Gotta unload. I don't know if everything will fit in the factory. I also don't know if everything will be processed in the 3 months we'll skip, but we'll see. The harvester is full, so I'm unloading it, so the worker can finish this part without any trouble. I'll probably have to unload it one more time, because there's still a bit left, but most of the field is done, so that's perfect. We'll manage to do everything before skipping time, and that's what's most important here. I thought I might need a second harvester to speed things up, but I managed without it. So that's perfect. As you can see, not all the beets fit into the sugar mill and are left on the trailer, so I'll collect everything onto the trailer and decide whether to sell it or maybe leave it to be put into the factory the next day. Although it's a bit. It doesn't make much sense since we're finishing this series anyway. This is a short series, so it won't have time to be processed, but we'll see what I decide. I think it's also time to cut down some trees here, or rather grind them. I need to boost the numbers here. The account balance has to be quite high at the end. I don't know if GIRLNOTFARMING is cutting down trees or not right now, but she's surely busy with something she has to finish before skipping time. And it's getting closer, so I need to get a move on. Well, since I've already wrapped practically all the bales. A few more to wrap, I'll finish up soon. But first this tree, because while the price at the sell point is good, it's worth mowing it, grinding it. What mowing? I can mow grass, but I won't be mowing grass for now before fast forwarding. Maybe I'll wrap those remaining bales. For now we're busy making wood chips. These wood chips are a real gold mine here in farming. I'll probably repeat this in every episode, but really, if you can help yourself out this way by buying trees in the shop and immediately making wood chips from them, it's a real gold mine. And another tank of sugar beets to unload. We're at 65% of the trailer, so that's a lot. 78,000 liters. Okay, I'll sell this. I'll sell it. Why keep it? Why keep it? Alright, so let's sell these wood chips too, so I don't stuff too much into this, into my wood chipper, which has infinite capacity anyway. I've also blocked the sell point. By the way, I also had to make a path for GIRLNOTFARMING. Alright, it's selling well there, and I'll set up some greenhouses here so that during the fast forward I can multiply the funds I managed to gather from this wood. So I'll set up a few of these greenhouses. Of course I have to turn them all on, so they produce and have water. So there was a bit of clicking, but it went quickly, so let's add more greenhouses. For now I'm not going to decorate it in any special way. The important thing is that they're all on and all making lettuce. Not cabbage, but lettuce, because it's the most profitable here, apparently. I haven't tested it, I haven't tested other things, but honestly I've been doing this lettuce since Farming 22. Supposedly in Farming 22 it didn't matter what you produce in these greenhouses. It was more about... The only difference was simply the number of pallets, but the money values were the same for every vegetable that grew. So apparently there's a difference now. Apparently there's a difference, and it's actually more profitable to produce lettuce. In Farming 22 the only difference was the number of pallets that came out of such production, and lettuce produced fewer of them for the same money. So I always prefer to produce that lettuce, plant that lettuce, grow that lettuce. I don't know how to put it here, but you know what I mean. And the last bales. 2 more and everything will be wrapped, so soon I'll be able to fast forward time. After fast forwarding, many pallets will be for sale. But, oh, one more got lost here. I'll wrap it too. As for the pallets, I know autoload works, so it'll be quick this time. Not like in the last episode where I did it by hand for 9 minutes. Well, 9 was on the time-lapse. It took me almost 40 minutes to sell those pallets. In real time, that is. Okay, I'll unload the last load here. Second to last, because this one row still needs to be finished. Well, there's not much left. Of course, if you want to play on this map and support my channel, check out my Patreon. I share maps there for my supporters, and not just for them, because sometimes there's free stuff for those who are just free patrons. So check it out. And so we've skipped 3 days, 3 months, minus 171,000, so things have gotten really serious here. I'll make a path. Oh, I can't, I have no money. How did I not think of that earlier? And look, this is how this autoload works now in Farming 25. Universal autoload works like this. So you click Shift plus R and it loads like this. 3 rows high, a bit less wide, although if you click again it pushes the pallets apart, but that's too much. Fall off. So 3 pallets high, 2 wide, and for the length the whole trailer. So quite a lot, but you can't collect pallets on the move like in Farming 22. There you could drive and collect all the pallets, but now you have to stop completely before you click Shift plus R or you get an error in the middle of the screen. Oh, and look, you can load bales too, and it automatically selects what you're actually collecting. Okay, let's sell. Whoa, nearly an accident. There was almost an accident because Girl Not Farming was speeding in her tractor and almost loaded herself onto our trailer. Alright, I'll finish this last row myself because I see the worker has gone on a steer strike. He left the machine in the field. No, apparently it wasn't worth it for him to finish this little bit. He was in a hurry somewhere. 17%, 18, well, almost 20% from this bit, so that's an extra 8,000 liters. Maybe it's not a lot of money, because the harvester and the beets aren't that expensive in smaller quantities, it's the larger quantities that count more. But it all adds up. Everything is needed here. Every penny. I'll paint a parking lot here, because I'm running out of space. And I won't put everything near the sell point because it gets messy. So I'll make a parking lot there and return the unnecessary machines that I don't want anymore, which I should have returned a long time ago. So I'll also move all these older machines right next to the combine. Loading trailer for bales, for square bales. I need it. I have to collect those bales. They've been ready for a long time, so let it wait there and I'll finish selling from the greenhouse because that's where the most money is. As you can see, I'm already in the black, 70,000 in the black and still a lot to sell, so it's going well. It's going well. I think we'll make about 500,000 this episode. Oh, and look at all this sugar. Oh, it'll be more than 500,000. I don't know what I'll invest it in or if I will, since it's the end of the series. This is the last episode. If you want more one-on-one series like this, maybe on some other maps, with some special conditions, something will be required. There will be a main task to complete. I don't know what an example could be, but for instance, earning 10 million or something, where everyone has to earn 10 million, or rather whoever earns 10 million first, and for example taking out loans and things like that will be forbidden. A task with more difficulty, simply making the challenge harder. I'll paint all these paths here to make it look a bit better, to the sell point here around here, so there's some continuity, and bushes. These bushes are my favorite thing. It always improves the look a bit. It's not also flat, so I always like to decorate the area with them. I even decorated a bit for Girl Not Farming here and at the shop area. Still have some pallets to sell there, and of course this sugar here. So I'll grab this sugar. 238,000 already. I wonder how much you get for sugar here. I didn't notice. Well, okay, we also have wool here right away, so the amount will be a bit inflated. 29k. Well, that's not a lot really, if that was with the wool as well. Okay, these last bits here. More will appear here. Nothing else is appearing, so I'm selling this. So either we've produced too little sugar so far, and maybe I just lost out because it was just for too short a time, too short. It should have run a bit longer, but we won't be fast forwarding time here anymore, so unfortunately it will go to waste, really. But oh well, at least it was an interesting activity. I'll decorate by the greenhouses. It has to be nice. More or less nice, because it won't look that great anyway. There's still some over there, so I'll take this new road. I keep forgetting I have to stop completely before pressing Shift R, or I won't collect anything. Whoa, what's happening here? The trailer swerved a bit and I smashed the shop window. Luckily no one noticed. Okay, the last bits. Let them go in here. Oh, to the sugar mill. We'll leave it at the mill. Nothing will be produced. But let it be there, let it be. Maybe I'll share this save file with you and someone can continue the game from here. If you want the save file, let me know. I'll share it on Patreon, because I share maps for patrons anyway. So if you're a patron, you can let me know if you want this save file. If you want to continue the game here, I'll share it with you. I bought a combine, or rather leased one, because we have fields to do, fields to finish, to harvest. So this time it's a big combine. Since we have quite a lot of money, quite a lot of finances to lease a combine here, I'll do it. Why not? And you see now this field is done in 4 passes really. Well, maybe this combine is a bit too big. 5. 4.5. If I drove precisely, I'd get it in 4. Okay, it's a bit tight here, so I'll manage somehow for sure. Okay, I made it. The second field. One down, now the other. But I'll put a worker on this one. Let him harvest. He'll start with the headlands, and I'll collect the bales, because a worker can't do that for me yet. I don't have Courseplay installed yet, but I know it's in beta. So I heard. I haven't checked, but I heard it's in beta and you can download it, so I'll have to do that for the next series. Well, maybe. Maybe not for the next series, because it's already recorded. So right after this series, starting Saturday, if you're watching this on Friday, because I'm uploading 2 episodes on Friday, a new series will start. Interesting one. On another map. There were similar series in Farming 22, but there hasn't been one like this in 25 yet, so something new for 25. I encourage you to watch this series with a special guest, of course. This time it's not Girl Not Farming but someone else. You'll see when the series is published. 365,000. So much. That's how much I've collected, and not even all the bales are sold yet, and I probably missed some pallets somewhere. But I'll find them later. Of course, the grain. The wheat is ready to be sold. Okay, 100%. Time to sell it. I still have to cut the trees to make the most of this episode and end the series with the highest possible account balance here. For now, at least. Okay, one more bale was hiding here. Funny how these greenhouses load. Oh, here too. Okay. Funny how the greenhouses load as you approach. They're black from afar. You drive up and they turn transparent. Looks a bit weird, honestly. Parked is here in my new parking spot. The worker has to do the last pass. Actually, I'll fire him and I'll drive. I'll finish this myself. The tank's almost full from these two fields, 50,000 liters. Does this combine have a bigger tank? I bought a slightly better one, a bit better to make it go faster. Okay, trailer. Where's the trailer? Here's the trailer, and this trailer has some capacity, 120,000 liters, so this is some serious equipment. We're selling how much? 452,000. 50,000 for the trailer, so it cost a little over 1,000 per 1,000 liters. Okay, I'll grab the baler and start baling these rows of straw here. Straw? Yes, straw, that's right. And I'll sell that too, of course, because I have to use everything that's here. There's no point in wasting money that's just lying on the ground. Just bale it. I don't know what else to do in this episode to wrap it up and earn the most. Well, the only thing that comes to mind are those trees. I won't be mowing grass anymore. I'll make all these bales here, and then I'll be able to take care of the trees, mowing the trees, cutting down the trees. I don't know why I say mowing trees. You just don't say that. You'll probably point it out in the comments, but kind of a slip of the tongue. So I have a few more rows left here. It's going nicely. Tractor matches the baler's color, although it has a bit too much power for this baler. Baler, press. How do you say? Press or baler? Or maybe both are correct? I always said baler. I don't know if it's a baler or a press technically. Of course, if I haven't said it yet in this episode, and I'm sure I have, you can check out my Patreon. There, for my supporters, I share various interesting things, like maps and mods. And now there will also be giveaways of various things from time to time, but I'll announce that later. So for now it's a spoiler, because there will be a giveaway for 100,000, but apart from that I'll be organizing giveaways for supporters on Patreon for various cool things that I managed to get for you. Or just some top-ups, gift cards, maybe Steam top-ups. Let's say, for example, once a week you'll be able to win, or rather I will choose one person, because it won't be a lottery. I'll be choosing one person from the supporters, or maybe more. We'll see. I don't know exactly how it will work, but I'll be choosing someone, and most likely I'll choose a few people and send them something interesting. Some kind of gift. For example, a 50 zloty Steam top-up or something like that. Okay, I could have finished this last row. I'll get the rest. The combine was in my way earlier, but I reparked it, so everything is done. Well, apart from some minor misses, but that's just how it is. Alright, so I'll collect the bales that I produced here. We're already 22 minutes into the episode, so I have to hurry because we're basically at the end of the episode and I'm still collecting bales, so we still have some more money to make. Oh, Angelica left the server. Angelica's done with her episode, but we're still working, so we have an edge. We have a bit of an advantage. Angelica has nothing left to do. She's so sure, that so self-confident that she did well, that she already beat me in this challenge and just finished earlier to give me a chance to catch up. At least I think so. I don't know what she's been up to. So let's sell. Since we have a few minutes advantage, let's sell and see what the final account balance will be. And I'll also show you the map from above, and Angelica's half. It might not be very developed, but that's mainly because there's no courseplay and we didn't make huge fields because creating so many fields would be too boring. That's why the fields are smaller, because we were simply limited when it came to help from workers. Okay, so I'll sell this and then I'll show you what the map looks like from above. But first I have to park the trailer so it's not just anywhere, so it looks nice in my aerial view. It'll be a very quick one. If you want to see exactly how it looked for me and Angelica, you have to see Angelica's perspective too. So let's turn on fly mode and see how it looks. This is how it looks on my side. Some greenhouses, 2 smaller fields, 1 huge field. A sugar mill. And for Angelica it's like this. For details, go check her out and judge who won the challenge.